The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. The government to move forward with bi-weekly payments. A bid to stop a U.S. ship fee. As merchants say, this move could be devastating for the Bahamas and for others in the region. And the Performing Arts School to begin accepting students this fall. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
It's a new day. Wake up. It's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Duquesa Dean will be joining us. Also this morning, we are meeting the new Disaster Risk Reduction Youth Ambassadors. They're going to be here with us this morning. And later in business, it's our monthly series with SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. We're talking about their new Entrepreneur Speak initiative. It's all straight ahead this morning. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, shipping agencies from across the region, U.S. ports, governors, international businesses, and governments voicing opposition to the United States Trade Representative's proposal to impose a port fee of $1 million per port call on any Chinese-built vessel calling at U.S. ports. The USTR held public hearings on the proposal in Washington, D.C. Nearly 500 comments, letters, and documents were posted on USTR's website about the proposal, the overwhelming majority of which asked for a rethink of the policy. Some gave simple messages, as did Cheryl Cambridge of the Cheryl Bahamas Taxi and Tours, who said simply, quote, "This will kill us." In a letter sent before the hearing, Tropical Shipping CEO Tim Martin warned that the fee would lead to the Caribbean shifting some $92 billion in trade away from the United States. Minister of Labor and Public Service Pia Rolle says bi-weekly payments for the public service. Rolle says the bi-weekly payments are optional, though, saying that the majority of people they've talked to so far that have been surveyed are in agreement with the semi-monthly payments. She says they are continuing to talk to stakeholders as there's one trade union Congress that they need to meet with. She says once that's done, they'll begin some analysis, or they'll continue with their analysis. She says the meetings held so far with stakeholders have been overwhelmingly positive towards shifting to the bi-monthly payments. Earlier this year, Rolle told reporters that her ministry sent out surveys to civil servants to get an understanding of their stance on the switch from monthly to bi-weekly. A Supreme Court unanimously acquitting a man accused of a love triangle murder. Lyndon Williams, otherwise known as Peanut, was on trial before Justice Janine Weich Gomez for the August 4th, 2019 murder of Cabinet Minister Leonard Wells. Prosecutors contended that Williams shot Wells because they were seeing the same woman. The case centered around two statements made by the woman, Shantia McKenzie, before she was murdered in February 2020. In the first statement, McKenzie told police that around 4 a.m. on the day in question, she heard gunshots. After looking out the window of the Ridgeland Park apartment that she shared with Wells, she allegedly said she saw Williams fleeing the scene. By contrast, the defense relied on an affidavit from McKenzie in which she recanted her police statement. McKenzie said that she did not see Williams running away and that police had coerced her into implicating him. McKenzie was arrested on the morning of the murder after the police allegedly found a .40 caliber pistol in the closet of her apartment. She alleged that the police had used the case as leverage to force her to make a false statement. A 26-year-old man who had a sexual relationship with a teenage runaway who was staying with him sentenced to 1 year in prison on Monday. Alex Simmons, who was unrepresented, received the sentence after he pleaded guilty to abduction of an unmarried teen at his arraignment before Assistant Chief Magistrate Carolyn Vogue-Evans. After passing sentence, Vogue-Evans told Simmons, quote, "The next time you see someone under 18, you will pass by them." The prosecutor, Inspector Santiano Coakley, told the court that the teenager ran away on February 14th, 2 days before her 17th birthday. The teen's mother told the police that she told her daughter to clean the kitchen and she refused. Instead of completing her chores, the teen went to her room and packed her belongings. She allegedly threw her mother out of her wheelchair and shoved her little sister across the room when she tried to stop her from leaving. Simmons told the magistrate that he was aware that the teen had an argument with her mother before she came to his home. He said that she had told him that her mother had hit her in the head with an iron. While living together, the pair had sexual intercourse. The teen can legally consent to sex. However, she cannot move out without her guardian's permission. And the government will spend between $5 and $7 million to renovate the old Phil's food store to serve as the campus for the Bahamas Creative and Performing Arts School, to be known as CAPAS. Project leader Ian Poitier says the program will begin accepting students this September. CAPAS is spearheaded by the government through the Ministry of Education, Technical and Vocational Training, and has partnered with United Talent Agency, a global firm that represents some of the world's biggest entertainers and athletes, to provide guidance in the development of its curriculum and bring in experts to help in training. Poitier says the government will pay UTA over $100,000 or $300,000 a year for its help. CAPAS will be a full-time tertiary level institution. It will have no upper age limit. The program will focus on acting, dancing, and singing. Overseas, top national security officials for U.S. President Donald Trump, including his defense secretary, texted war plans for upcoming military strikes in Yemen through a group chat in a secure messaging app that included the editor-in-chief for The Atlantic. The magazine reported this and posted a story online on Monday. The National Security Council said the text chain appears to be authentic. Trump initially told reporters that he was not aware that the highly sensitive information had been shared. 2.5 hours after it was reported, he later appeared to joke about the breach. The material in the text chain contained operational details of forthcoming strikes on Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen, including information about targets, weapons the U.S. would be deploying, and attack sequencing. That's according to editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic. It was not immediately clear if the specifics of the military operation were classified, but they often are, and at the least are kept secure to protect service members and operational security. The U.S. has conducted airstrikes against the Houthis since the militant group began targeting commercial and military vessels in the Red Sea in November 2023. Just 2 hours after Goldberg received the details of the attack on March 15th, the U.S. began launching a series of airstrikes against Houthi targets in Yemen. U.S. negotiators working on a proposed partial ceasefire in the 3-year-old war in Ukraine, meeting representatives from Russia one day after holding separate talks with a team from Kyiv. It's been a struggle to reach even a limited 30-day ceasefire, which Kyiv agreed to in principle last week. Both sides continuing to attack each other with drones and missiles. One major sticking point is what targets would be off limits to strike, even after U.S. President Donald Trump spoke with the country's leaders because the parties disagree. In sports, the Bahamas Association of Athletic Coaches holding its election of officers over the weekend. Darren Lightburn named as the head. You can read about that in today's Guardian Sports section. From the NCAA Women's Championship Series tournament going on now, Juju Watkins carried off the floor with a season-ending knee injury in the first quarter of top-seeded Southern California's game against Mississippi State in the NCAA tournament Monday night. Watkins, one of the biggest stars of women's basketball, was streaking to the basket, chased by two defenders when her knee bent awkwardly as she planted her right leg. The non-contact injury causing her to crumple to the floor. She grabbed her knee and writhed in pain as her teammates surrounded her. Later on, a spokesperson said Watkins will undergo surgery and then begin rehabilitation. The crowd in the Galen Center went silent as USC staffers attended to the 19-year-old Watkins, a 6'2" sophomore who averages 24.6 points. She's carried off by multiple people, with the Trojans leaving 13-2. The Trojans did go on to win 96-59 to reach the Sweet 16. And from the NBA, Jimmy Butler has first game back matchups before against former teammates. He got a standing ovation and a tribute video at Chicago in 2018. He got jeered in Minnesota in 2019. He got booed in his return to Philadelphia later that year. Tonight, he's returning to Miami, and some are expecting that there'll be a little bit of everything. There'll be a tribute video from the Heat, which is not uncommon for returning players who were all-stars for the franchise. There almost certainly will be a thunderous introduction when his name is called alongside the rest of the Golden State starters. There will likely be some cheering, but there'll probably be some booing as well. His final weeks in Miami were marred by 3 suspensions that preceded his trade to the Warriors last month. And the National Women's Soccer League in the U.S., its Players Union and the Orlando Pride and Gotham FC have denounced reports of hateful language directed at Pride forward Barbara Banda. The statements Monday coming in response to a report about a fan behavior at Sports Illustrated Stadium in Harrison, New Jersey, where Gotham hosted the Pride on Sunday. The Gotham season ticket holder posted in an online forum that Banda was subjected to racist and transphobic comments. The National Women's Soccer League issuing a statement saying, quote, "We are united in our message. This behavior is unacceptable and has no place in our leagues and in our stadiums." The Pride defended Banda, who is her second season with the club and also played for her native Zambia in 2 Olympics and in Women's World Cup. Banda was subject to transphobic online abuse last year after she was named the BBC's Women's Footballer of the Year, stemming from a mishandled sex eligibility case that kept Banda out of the African Championship for 2022. FIFA said the next year that she was eligible to participate in the World Cup. Banda was assigned female at birth and does not identify as transgender. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. In your weather for today, we've got a surface trough that's drifting across the northern and northwest Bahamas, and eventually we'll get into the central Bahamas by tomorrow. It's going to support some widespread showers and isolated thunderstorms over the next couple of days. That's really needed rain, actually. Small craft should exercise caution in the southeast Bahamas. That trough will shift to the southeast Bahamas by late Wednesday or early Thursday, and that's going to produce showers over that area. High pressure is going to build behind that front into the weekend with fresh to near gale force winds. For today, though, there is a moderate to high risk of rip currents affecting eastern and Atlantic shorelines, especially in the southeast Bahamas. Again, beachgoers should exercise caution. So we're looking at a cloudy day today for most areas. For the northern and northwest Bahamas, mostly cloudy, about a 10 to 40% chance of showers. Higher for the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence. For the central islands, cloudy and a bit breezy today at 30 to 40% chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms. And for the southeast Bahamas, variably cloudy and breezy with a 15% chance of showers. Winds for the extreme northern islands, light and variable at 10 knots or less, occasionally northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots. For the northwest and 15 knots with higher gusts for the central islands. And east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots for the southeastern Bahamas. High temperatures today getting up to around 84 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 68 Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up in just a bit.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
You're listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-11
RBC.
Your ideas become plans.
Your plans become memories.
This is retirement.
And your dreams become your life.
Whether it's planning that family vacation, owning your dream home, or retiring comfortably, your ideas are everything. And RBC is here to help make them happen. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
As As a healthcare professional, you dedicate your life to caring for others. But even with the best care, legal challenges can arise. Protect your practice and your peace of mind with medical malpractice insurance from Star General. At Star General, we've partnered with Lloyd's of London to bring you comprehensive professional liability insurance designed specifically for those consulting or practicing privately. So you can focus on what you do best, caring for your patients, while we take care of the rest. Star General, insurance made simple.
Spring into savings with BWF. March Madness Spring Clearance and Tent Sale, Saturday, March 29th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get up to 50% off. If you're spring cleaning, home improvement, gardening, barbecuing with friends and enjoying the outdoors, remodeling your kitchen or need new appliance, get hopping with BWF. Awesome savings you don't want to miss. Slash prices and great buys on appliances, power tools, generators, compressors, water pumps, hardware, lawn and garden supplies, barbecue grills, household kitchen and outdoor cooking supplies, automotive supplies and accessories, craft supplies, floral decor, clearance on all toys, and much more. BWF, we are more than just our name. Number 13 Wilton Street, telephone 394-0004 or 6. Check us out on Facebook, and we ship to the Family Islands.
Spain sounds like this. But with a little Caribbean, it can sound like this. The world needs more Caribbean. And with FedEx, you can ship your products to every corner with increased cargo capabilities, 24/7 shipment tracking, and shipping tools. Take your business worldwide and enjoy life a bit more like us.
Calling all Alive Fiber basketball fans. Get ready to experience the NBA Finals live. You can enter an all-expense-paid trip to not one, but 2 NBA Finals games. It's simple. Just sign up for our Alive NBA League Pass or Infinite Sports X package by May 16th. Stay connected, enjoy blazing fast internet, and score your chance to witness the NBA action up close. Don't miss out. Visit AliveFiber.com and take your shot at NBA glory. Terms and conditions apply. It's good to be alive.
Inland Revenue is here to guide and help you with all things business license and VAT. On March 25th and 26th at the National Baseball Stadium, the DIR will host a financial symposium with multiple government and private agencies. Then in the month of April, learn all about VAT through our in-person and virtual sessions during what we call VAT Education Month. For more information, follow Capital DIR Bahamas on all social media platforms.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Wake up. Wake up. It's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up. It's a new day. Wake up. It's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, I'm very happy to have her for a second day in a row, Duquesa Dean. Good morning, Duquesa.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, everyone. I hope your day is off to a great start.
Yes, indeed. I hope you're doing well as well.
I am. Thank you.
All right, great stuff. We've got a lot to talk about on this Tuesday morning. We are going to meet the DRR Youth Ambassadors. That's the Disaster Risk Reduction Youth Ambassadors. And we'll find out about their work as we get closer and closer to the hurricane season here. And we got a lot of disasters, unfortunately, it seems. But we're going to meet with that today, and that's going to be great. Later in business, it's our monthly series with SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. We're talking about their new initiative, Entrepreneurs Speak. And we'll get some details about that. So that's all ahead. But let's begin right now with what's happening in the news. And in the news, been bid to stop U.S. ship fee. Many saying the move would be devastating for the Bahamas and others in the region. There's a couple stories in the Nassau Guardian about this as well. We're going to get into this just a bit. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference because once certain people make up their minds about stuff, I don't know if there's anything stopping them, but we will see.
Maybe it'll be flip-flop, like on again, off again.
You think so?
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll see. So our Chester Robart's writing about this. Shipping agencies from across the region, U.S. ports, governors, international businesses, and governments yesterday voiced opposition to the USTR, the United States Trade Representative's proposal to impose a port fee of $1 million per port call on any Chinese-built vessel calling at U.S. ports. So it doesn't have to be a Chinese vessel, just as long as it's Chinese-built. The USTR...
$1 million per stop.
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that why? USTR held public hearings on the proposal in Washington, D.C. Nearly 500 comments, letters, and documents were posted on USTR's website about the proposal, the overwhelming majority of which asked for a rethink of the policy. Some gave simple messages, like Cheryl Cambridge of Cheryl Bahamas Taxi and Tours, who said, quote, "This tax will kill us." In a letter sent before the hearing, Tropical Shipping CEO Tim Martin warned that the fee would lead to the Caribbean region shifting some $92 billion in trade away from the United States. That proposed action by the USTR is designed to punish Chinese shipbuilders and promote U.S. shipbuilding. But Caribbean countries, among others, have told the USTR the measure would hurt the U.S. economy and other economies that depend on U.S. trade. President of the Caribbean Community, that's CARICOM, private sector organization, Dr. Patrick Antoine, in his request to appear before the USTR, told the U.S. trade body the imposition of these fees could be devastating for CARICOM countries, given that they would drive the cost of goods being moved out of U.S. ports into the Caribbean to astronomical levels. Antoine saying, quote, "Indeed, the social and economic ramifications of any such measures by the United States is unthinkable." He said the CSPO, and again, that's the CARICOM private sector organization, the CSPO also recognizes the immediate jeopardy which any measure as may be under consideration by the USTR will hold for CARICOM member states such as Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines, and Suriname, among others, where well over 50% of the ships plying these routes are Chinese. Afforded the opportunity to give testimony at the hearing, the CARICOM private sector organization will present evidence on the significant economic impact of the proposed measure, which will also bring damage to U.S. firms with operations in the Caribbean. Now, some of that analysis done by the CPSO tells that these new fees could lead to a 60% increase in shipping costs to and from the Caribbean region. Top shipping companies, ports, and manufacturers of goods in the United States told the USTR the plan would bring economic hardship on U.S. consumers and consumers of goods move through U.S. ports and would not stop Chinese dominance in the shipbuilding sector in the short term. Caribbean Building Supplies Incorporated Representative Ken Voss insisted that if this fee is imposed on shipping companies, Caribbean exporters would be put out of business. So there's a whole lot of that. There's a very lengthy article on this. Many people from around the world giving their views on this. There's another article in the business section, our Chester Robards again, writing that the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Peter Gowdy, submitted comments to the USTR on its proposed trade action, calling the move nonsensical, essentially. As with other comments submitted to the USTR ahead of yesterday's and today's hearing, Gowdy pointed out that the change in port fees that on the face of it seem like it would punish Chinese shipbuilders will have the effect of raising the cost of goods in the U.S. and countries that depend on U.S. goods, as well as foreign goods that come through U.S. ports. He said the $1 million service fee will increase costs substantially for goods delivered to the USA, which in turn will drive up costs for importers of goods from the USA. This will greatly impact most countries in the Caribbean, especially the Bahamas, which imports the vast majority of its goods from Florida. This will also force the Bahamas to find alternate suppliers in Canada, Mexico, and Latin America, which will reduce business done by USA suppliers. This will most certainly affect most Americans, driving up inflation, which makes no sense. Yeah. All right, so let's get your reaction to all of this. Duquesa? Mm-hmm.
I mean, does he understand that this is going to have a huge impact on his country as
By
well?
the he, you mean U.S. President Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Oh. It's America first, so that'll mean more shipbuilding is done in the U.S.
But when
that's
will that happen? How soon will that happen?
Mm-hmm. Make America great again.
I mean, I'm not a shipbuilder. I assume it takes a while to build a ship. So it's not like I'm going to be created tomorrow and people are going to be able to get them. So that's a process. So his people, the American people, are going to end up spending more money for their goods and services until such time as the ships are made and available, or they can, produce or harvest their own goods and fruits and vegetables and whatever. I mean, do you think there's a thought for that?
We will see. We will see. The hearings continue today. The article also notes that leaders from across the Caribbean will meet with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Jamaica this week. And it's understood that they plan to express their opposition to the USTR's proposed fee. Several people who identify themselves as being from the U.S. Virgin Islands also told the USTR that given their high percentage of imported goods, the fee on vessels will increase food prices that are already double the prices in the U.S. Hey, let's get your reaction, folks. Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll-free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. We're keeping our fingers crossed that rational thought prevails and that this is thrown off the table, right? But I got to tell you, maybe I shouldn't say this because people are being persecuted, and thrown away themselves for saying things. But I'm itching to tell people, you were talking nonsense when they say, oh, the Bahamas does better when a Republican president is in charge, because you have nothing to support that. There's never been any evidence to support this. But anyway, we'll see. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Caller, good morning. You are on the air live.
Morning to both of you. approximately about, I say, $800 billion in U.S. Treasury debt, right? Now, it's because China is one of the largest foreign holders of U.S. debt, next to Japan, right? And this money that the U.S. has gotten from China is funding the government of the United States, investors in the United States, and all the programs in the United States. Now, I am of the opinion that China is probably going to either increase the interest on that debt or whatever they do in retaliation is going to have a serious effect. And then the U.S. president is going to blame that effect on China. I think they're both working together to bring us to our knees.
Who's us?
The world.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what will they get out of that?
Well, look at it this way. The bottom line is to further enrich the rich and get rid of the middle class, because when you eliminate the middle class, you know what you got. You got slavery again.
Oh, wow.
And I think they're working together, just like they worked together while America was at war in Afghanistan. On the other side of the mountain, China was mining the rare minerals. They worked together, okay? So we need to consider who Trump is going to blame when their response to this.
Okay.
Follow me?
Well, we already know you're right about that. It's definitely going to be blame, finger pointing going on. But yes, what will that mean for the rest of us? I mean, the middle class is who's buying all this stuff to make the rich rich. So what will they do when if they eliminate that whole group? We'll have a big problem.
Big problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Here's a text. Either way you look at it, implement or not implement, it's bad. These dramatic woke up on wrong side of the bed tariff flip-floppings are very bad for economies. It sends global markets into a panic. And if we think the shipping fee is bad, put on your strategic vision goggles. The vice president just announced a 25%, or I think you mean President Trump just announced a 25% tariff on anyone purchasing oil from Venezuela. Doesn't that affect us, right? No, not really, but anyway. Well, that's because you don't have on your vision goggles yet. The real message is if you try to bypass this switch by not buying from us, we'll whip you in some other way. Interesting. Okay, I get you. This person says here, DeQuesta asked if Trump understands how this affects his people. I don't think he cares, because look at how his actions are affecting the American economy overall. I just find it more baffling that Congress is allowing this to happen, because the U.S. is literally now a sinking ship. Well, I don't know about that last part there. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but Congress is very happy that they've got full control. They've got the House, the Senate, and they've got the presidency. Whatever it takes to maintain the power. This person says here, Trump's idea is a good one, just poorly executed. Is it? It's like going to run a marathon and you haven't trained for it. He should have built up American manufacturing capacity first, then started with this tariff, this tax.
Exactly.
Still would have been a big problem.
I mean, it would have had, I think, lesser impact, because if you had things ready to go when you implement, you have deficiencies right now.
Mm-hmm.
You still need products and services from other places. You still, it's, for me, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Again, we're really hoping, we're praying that that some will see the light and reverse this policy or delay it, at least something, so that this texter says here, the U.S. is not a standalone economy regardless of its wealth as a nation. Canada, Mexico, China, India, and numerous Caribbean countries are alternative avenues for us in terms of goods and services. Trump's choices are positioning BRICS nations to eventually cripple the U.S. economy. Eventually. When, though? That's a long way off. South African countries are uniting and now having conversations about backing their currency with their natural resources. We have to now seriously formulate a plan to loosen our dependency to the U.S. cart, and America first does not mean U.S. only. And this person says here, Trump is throwing everything on the wall and seeing what sticks. Yeah, that's interesting.
I see it with sticks.
It really does feel like that. Let's take this call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning and pleasant day to you both.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you. Now, the tariff or reciprocal tariff means or intended in the mind of President Trump is to make only America great, and in that effect, it will also keep the poor countries poor. As many persons have said, and even economists said that it will eventually cause global recession, slowing down all economies. There's a point that was made about different forms of government and not having sufficient evidence as to whether they will work or not. It's almost like a new employee seeking a job that he doesn't have sufficient experience. So sometimes you may have to make a start if you do some research as to the government. But the main idea is that a lot of production has to take place, and groundwork and so on and so forth, linkages and so on, all of that. I want to have a new session when I call to share some information, basic information. I want to ask a question that's, let's say, 13 times 7. And some person may say, well, that's not on the timetable chart. So easy to remember, just for the little ones that are listening. 12 times 7 is 84, and 13 times 7 is just one more 7. So you just add 7 to 84, and you get 91. So I just want to share a tip of the day. That's for the little ones who listen. Not a phobia for maths.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Wow. Okay, Quest, I hope you're paying attention. All right. So, hey, we're going to follow this and keep you posted on it. So we will see. We will see what's happening here. I'm sure you'll hear a lot more about this with the Associated Press throughout the day today. This big story coming out of the U.S. about the journalist who was accidentally added to the equivalent of a WhatsApp group. Not it wasn't WhatsApp though, but and her
Signal.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
That was wild.
Wow. But anyway, hey, this is what's happening around us. Closer to home, though. This is quite interesting. The government says it is moving forward with the twice-monthly payment system for public service. Minister of Labor and Public Service, Pia Glover-Rolle, saying that the government is moving forward, but that this is going to be optional, so you don't have to be paid in this way. Will that create a whole bunch of confusion?
Okay.
Will that be challenging? I'm sure it will, but take a listen to what Pia Glover-Rolle had to say yesterday when asked about this.
The majority of persons so far that we have surveyed are in agreement for the semi-monthly payments, and as such, we will continue to talk to the stakeholders, one more Congress that we need to meet with, and once we've done that, then we'll have an analysis. This isn't completed because we still have to meet with a final Congress, and we want to get their views. The meetings that we've had so far has been overwhelmingly positive towards shifting to the semi-monthly payments.
Okay, Pia Glover-Rolle speaking there. So they have one more Congress to speak to, but so far the majority seem to be interested in this. So you do wonder how long it will be optional if the majority so far is interested. You know, eventually they'll tell the few people who remain on monthly that you're going to have to go twice monthly, right? I'm pretty sure that will be. I can't imagine doing that for just a few people. Can you imagine if you're the only person at one ministry or one department that wants to be monthly? Can't imagine that happening for long. But anyway, let's get your reaction to this, folks. They're still doing the analysis. They still have to speak to the Congress. She didn't say which one that is. There are lots of pros and cons. We did a show on this a few months back. But what say you? What say you? Give us a call. 323-623-3233. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Remember that standard text rates apply. Yeah. DeQuesta, what do you make of it?
I was a little confused, and I still had questions like, have they surveyed all of the government employees, or that's just the majority of the ones that they've surveyed so far? And then the other part of that is to run payroll multiple times a month is going to be a bit on whoever's doing payroll, because some people will get it monthly, some people will get it every 2 weeks. Like that could get confusing. I can see people, it can get a little confusing, I guess, until it's routine that they're doing it. But I think they should make a decision on one way, period.
Yeah.
Just one way.
In any event, it's likely to become one way very soon after this starts.
Right.
Yeah, it won't be, there's no way you can keep this up for long if you do go in this direction. All right. Some interesting comments on our official NASA Guardian Facebook page on this. One that really stuck out to me is somebody saying that this is great because there are too many events that happen at the end of the month, waiting for government payday. And so this will spread out events on the calendar.
Oh, well, people do that for you?
Oh, the people certainly do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a whole lot of events at the end of a month. Like this weekend, jam-packed.
Wow.
Last weekend, not so much. But government payday is coming up. I mean, that's not the best reason to do this, but that's an interesting one. Let's hear from this caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning. What's today's date? Today is we are in 2025, right?
Oh, supposedly.
Oh, just checking because
sometimes I think it's 1825.
Yeah, because I worked on a software 30 years ago, a payroll software that enables multiple pay frequencies, as it's called. Yeah, man. In fact, all modern payroll software can handle multiple pay frequencies. That's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly simultaneously.
Oh yeah.
It should not. This is not an issue. I'm just trying to figure out where do we get our softwares from, right? Because what happens is all it is.
We won't get we likely won't get that good one.
Right, that one.
Dwight, what you do is you have employees choose their pay groups, right? They choose a pay group, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Each employee is assigned to a group based on their self-preference, right? And then the computer handles everything else. It handles taxes, it handles, time tracking integration, if we do that in the civil service and whatever else. I don't see why this even is news. If you call ADP, Gusto, QuickBooks, and other companies right now, they will ask you, what are you asking about? The problem is that if we have a new software that we have to design, we have to ask that question. Why are we
right, so let me ask you this, though. So, okay, there might be software that does it, but does any company really do that? Where you only... Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pay employees on different schedules currently.
Yes. They give them choice. The smaller companies may not, but even right now, I know construction companies on Grand Bahama, at least one company that does that. They pay actually by the day also. They pay by the day, the week, and bi-weekly.
I mean, is there a sinister reason why they're doing that?
It's just a matter of that. If you use the person for the daily, for temporary service for a day, 2 days, 3 days, you don't want to waiting 2 weeks for payroll or something of that sort. This is not rocket science, especially if you're using software for 25,000 employees. And so we should talk to the ICT people. Call Wade Watson and ask him, hey, you're in charge of technology. What's up with you, man? Get with the thing. But let me ask one thing on the school, right? There's something we use the word STEM often, right? But the world, in many different aspects, because of technology, we've moved to STEAM, right? Or what do you call it? Orange economy, not technology. And so it's science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. The problem I would like to know, I would like to see the strategy published, because we always like to talk about things, and it seems like we like to make stuff up or design, build, or whatever. I would like to see the strategy for integration into the education system, and I would like the cost analysis or whatever how we intend to impact. Guess what, Dwight?
Which school are you talking about? You're talking about the performing arts?
Yes, the performing arts school, because we don't have a curriculum or curriculi that actually integrate art as part of it. In fact, we talk about this orange economy all the time. Dwight, believe me, in 1986, no, it was actually 1990s. I paid for this, right? And I have a daughter that went to Juilliard. So I know what it costs, and I know what, boy, let me tell you, I would have had a house here on the beach by now for what I paid. But this is not like a simple thing for art. It's a training that's to prepare and have from the younger generation moving up. It's a multi-discipline type of thing. And I think that we need to stop randomly we should actually have a public strategy for the public to buy into, for parents and other individuals to be able to understand what is the strategy, what are we going to do, what is the pathway to the school. Is this another question? Is this another one of the school choices that we have? That what they call them, charter schools?
No, it's a tertiary school. So this is after you finish high school. But you're asking some good questions. Hopefully we'll have them on soon and they'll talk about it. But I hear you and I agree with you. There needs to be something in maybe even the primary school, but definitely the secondary school. That could be a feeder program. But there are a lot of Bahamians who are doing things privately, right? So you got lots of people doing music and the arts and
Dwight, what I'm saying is that the school itself is not self-sustaining in the pure sense, because if you begin to charge for a school like that, the typical Bahamian students will not be able to support it.
I don't know if you can say all this already, but when we hear more about what they plan to do, we'll get a clear understanding.
I'm simply saying it's a good idea.
Say this.
Right, I'm saying it's a good idea, but I need to know whether it's a support system and it's sustaining the school. How is this going to occur, or is it a find our own money school, like how to done this them type thing? Let's do it right.
Yeah. So those are questions that I'm sure they can answer, and so we'll get to. But let's not just dismiss and discount it already. And I'm sure even the first few years of Juilliard probably were a little shaky. We'll get more. We need the answers, and we will get those definitely. Okay, we got a lot of your text messages. Let's get to these. This person says here. This is back to Trump. Trump's return has exposed our overdependence and reliance on the U.S. The Caribbean got too comfy with things, and now that he is shaking things up, it exposes nations with poor leadership that only ride the U.S., as Mr. Trump has said. Oh, you are what? What, Texter? Come on now. With no plans, they're now clutching their pearls. No plan. Good thing we have all the economic diversity and opportunities that Suspect said they were bringing back all them travel trips, eh? Texter, I don't know what you're saying, and you're really, wow. Oh, boy. Anyway, a lot of these countries are in the state they're in because of their histories, which were not made any better by the U.S. in some cases. So that's a really off-the-wall text. But anyway, this person says, it don't matter, still getting $5. This is this is the people with this back to the pay.
That's not funny.
Oh, dear. Oh, Lord. But an even more serious concern, does school start at 9 a.m.? There are just so many students going to school for 10 a.m. It looks like something's changed. Is it still 9 a.m.?
It is still 8:30.
Yeah, it's before 9 a.m. for a lot of schools. I do notice that. I do notice quite a few.
Me too. I'd be so confused.
Yeah, what's going on there?
I don't know.
This person says here, bi-weekly payments will increase bank fees and fees on accounts. You sure? The bank wins big on this. I don't know if you're right, Texter.
So the bank allows you to overdraw your account?
I don't know. And it depends on the bank. But that doesn't necessarily mean that. And this is what people have been saying, that you need to be an adult and talk to the bank and say, well, hey, now that this is happening, how's this going to work? Because I still have to pay this, and this is by this time of the month, and so let's make some adjustments and just have the conversations. It doesn't mean the end of the world. In fact, it could be, can make a life a whole lot better for some people. A whole lot better, because they in the third week of the month are living like bums.
Yeah, just act like the money isn't there. Let it go there, and the end of the month, go do what you need to do.
Apparently, people don't have any self-control.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. All right, you could do that.
The texter says, for people who have significant deductions, and not necessarily. If a person is unable to save anything in their current salary and makes $3,000 a month with $2,700 in monthly salary deduction payments, well, then you have a problem.
And why is that allowed? I thought there was a threshold.
Something is wrong with you if that's what you have a problem, and you need to deal with that, because that's crazy. The first biweekly payment is completely exhausted and potentially leaves the account in overdraft status, which the account holder must pay for. Stop. I'm not going to read anymore. You need to talk to somebody, and you need to consolidate, and you need to tell the bank that now I'm being paid twice a month, and so we have to change these deadlines, and some of this must go to this in the first 2 weeks, and then this will go to that and that. So, again, come on.
Will it change the distribution? I mean, like if you have a current salary deduction that's due at the end of the month, is this payroll system designed to take the deductions, split them in half, and take them both?
Why would it do that? You have to do that. You have to go and fix it. You have to go to the bank and say, I mean, they don't like that.
I mean, because the banks have given these loans with the security of the salary deduction. The understanding that when the government pay goes through, it will go through with their funds being sent to them, and then the employee gets the remaining portion of it. That's
we don't need to be in the people's business. You go and talk to them. Hey, half will go to this, and we'll put this in escrow or whatever it is, and half will go to that.
Right.
Or we'll take this whole one here, and you take that one, whatever.
Right.
You work it out. Work it out. They're there to work with you. Grow up, people. Grow up.
Yeah. And
grow up.
Speak to the bank.
It's a bigger adjustment. I've been at twice monthly most of my life. The bigger adjustment was going to monthly. That is a lot. A lot. Going back, I'm sure would probably be pretty cool.
Agreed. So the app, how does the government? I don't know. It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
We don't have to. Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
So the app that CLM was talking about, I think that's what it is. Like, who owns that app? Or is the payroll system that we use here?
Well, that's another text is saying you need to ask who the app that they're going to use belongs to. That is the question. I guess this person knows something. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. That's me.
Hi, yes.
Good morning, Miss B and Dean, too.
Good
morning.
How you doing,
Mom?
I'm good. How are you? Dean Bain.
Dean, okay. Dean, a special good morning to you.
Thank you. You could choose one, though. You want to say Mrs.
Dwight,
Bain?
I was wondering if this is a good thing or a bad thing what the government want to do for us. I know they're supposed to do good things for us. Most of the time, they just be trying to take from us or stretch or things them for their own benefit. I wish someone could really dumb it down or break it down and make us feel how we could benefit or chill. And when I say we, the people who maybe work for the government, the public service, I talked with someone, a contract worker. He was saying that a ministry say you have to wait till the end of the month like you're normally supposed to. Some ministries take the bills in at the first or through the middle of the month. You have to wait till the last day in the month, the 30th, and then you have to give them 30 days before you get your payment. I say to myself, they must have just put the policy down, and if they could give it to you quicker, they'll give it to you quicker. If you recall, someone used to say, Zed, this is the pace. I don't know if it's just contract workers or they workers, like every 2 weeks. What is Melinda Wilson, the president of the Umbrella Union and the Teachers Union, saying about this? Because last time I hear, 80% of the teachers didn't agree with it. Because the government forced the unions or forced the public service to do this. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
No one's been forced yet. They're just doing their surveys and trying to find out where people are on this, right? Most recently, Belinda Wilson they hadn't been consulted. I don't know if that's changed. I don't know if hers is the umbrella union that hasn't been discussed, hasn't been consulted yet. But she has been asking for more information. She's been asking for more information. Let's take another call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hi, caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, Dwight, just a quick question. Do you know there's 20,000 legal contracts sitting with banks and financial institutions for these individuals that get the monthly deductions? And those are legal contracts that you can't arbitrarily change them on your own. So you're saying that they should all go in for those mortgages, for those car loans, for those credit cards, for all those different things, that we should literally put 25 to 30,000 individuals in the marketplace to say, you all go sit in the bank. Have you sat in the bank yet to try to have these things change? Our contract. So the government basically is already seeking to violate the law in that respect, because you can't just arbitrarily change it without the employees actually signing on it. And most employees may not even understand that the bank is not responsible for adjusting to what the government desires. So you have to go in and say, hey, I get my mortgage payment now. I need to change my mortgage payment date.
Seattle, let's please calm down. People change jobs all the time. All the time. You go from one place where you're paid once a month, and you're paid twice a month. And say, hey, bank, it's changed. What are we going to do? Simple. And plus, the minister says it's optional. So everybody chill out. Chill out.
I think they need to talk to us, or not maybe us, but have some type of conversation around that, though, Dwight, because, like I said earlier, the bank has the security of a salary deduction. That means that your business is taking that money out and sending it to the bank, and that's a part of their security system to make sure that they're paid. So that's why I'm thinking that going to do the deduction and hold it until they have both payments and send it to the bank.
You all have different banks from the banks I work with. I don't understand. This is not a big deal. They're going to say, okay, here's what we can do. Here's an option. Here's another option. Which one do you like? We think this will be better for you, but if you want this one, this can work too. What do you think? And you'll say, okay, yeah, let's do it. And if not, next month we'll try to do something different. We'll see if that works better. No? Which banks are you all dealing with?
No, these banks get the salary deduction, and I don't want to say they don't trust you, but they get the salary deduction so that there's not the temptation to take their money and do something else. They get their money every month, and they put that responsibility on the organization, not the individual. So it's a involuntary salary deduction, which means you can't even cancel it unless, of course, you leave one job, like you say. But once you are at that organization has the responsibility of sending your money to pay your loan to the bank.
And everyone will work it out. I get what you're saying. I do understand what you mean there. The bank will recommend, I'm sure, to the organization what is best. But panic isn't necessary.
Agree.
No. Let's take a break. We'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app. Nassau, Bahamas.
With RBC,
your ideas become plans.
Your plans become memories.
This is retirement.
And your dreams become your life.
Whether it's planning that family vacation, owning your dream home, or retiring comfortably, your ideas are everything. And RBC is here to help make them happen. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
It is time for your first look at traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Find your loan solution with RBC in your real-time traffic right now. As usual, Milo Butler Highway, heavy traffic for you well south of the Fire Trail roundabout. If you're heading northbound, you're going to be seeing that from about Hampshire Road, Alexandria Road, all the way through to the roundabout with Fire Trail up to Tawny-Quilliams-Darling Highway if you're heading northbound. Traffic is back to belong Fire Trail east and westbound right now, and we're seeing some slow-moving building traffic on Faith Avenue northbound to Fire Trail. Carmichael westbound on the way to Coral Harbor Road. You're going to be seeing slow-moving westbound traffic there. And we've got moving traffic in both directions, but especially westbound. And Blue Hill Road from St. Vincent straight up to Independence Drive, you're going to be seeing that. Heavy northbound traffic. Carmichael is backed up as a result, eastbound to Blue Hill Road. East Street also seeing slow-moving northbound traffic north and south of the Soldier Road intersection. Soldier Road at pockets, especially near Windsor Place. And as you get closer to the intersection with Prince Charles Drive and Robinson Road, Prince Charles, very slow-moving traffic heading into Robinson all the way up to Marathon and East-West Highway. And Soldier Road is going to continue to be busy for you north of that intersection as you make your way to Bernard, Wolf, and Village Roads. And Eastern Road also seeing slow-moving traffic just east of Fox Hill if you're heading westbound up to about Johnson Road at this hour. Those are your hot spots. We'll have another update for you in a bit after the 8 o'clock news. Morning Blend Traffic brought to you by RBC. Start a conversation at rbc.com/loan/all of you. And it's time for another check of your weather, brought to you by Star General. We've got a surface trough that's going to drift across the northern and northwest Bahamas today and into the central Bahamas by tomorrow. That trough is going to support widespread showers and isolated thunderstorms over the next couple of days. That trough is going to shift into the southeast Bahamas by late Wednesday into early Thursday, producing showers over that part of the country. High pressure is going to build behind this and generate some fresh to near gale force winds. Small craft should exercise caution in the southeast Bahamas, and beachgoers should exercise a moderate to high risk of rip currents affecting eastern and Atlantic coastlines in the southeastern Bahamas. Mostly cloudy for most parts of the country today, and a bit breezy in the central and southeast Bahamas. We've got a 10 to 30% chance of showers in the northern islands, including Grand Bahama, a 20 to 40% chance of showers in the northwest and central islands, only a 15% chance of showers for the southeast Bahamas today. High temperatures on the warm side, highs around 84, 85 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 68 Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. In your extended outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, cloudy across the northern, northwest, and central Bahamas, partly cloudy in the central islands, a 30 to 40% chance of isolated showers and thunderstorms for most of the country. Less of a chance for rain in the southeast Bahamas. By Thursday, partly sunny during the day, mostly fair at night with some cloudy periods. And by Friday, partly cloudy during the day, becoming mostly fair at night. We'll have more on your extended outlook in our next weather check. This weather check, though, brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Are you ready to elevate your day with a burst of flavor? Look no further than Dunkin', your ultimate destination for everything delicious. From our freshly brewed coffee that is sure to pick you up, to our signature frozen beverages that will cool you down. And don't forget our mouth-watering sandwiches, made to order all day. Dunkin' has it all. And of course, our lineup of fresh donuts, muffins, and more. Dive into a world of yummy flavors at Dunkin' to your day. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Everybody Wins Live is bringing you the ultimate giveaway, a brand new Cybertruck. For every $30 spent, you're in the drawing for the ultimate grand prize, a Cybertruck. Drawing live at the Vibes Cartel concert March 29th. You'll also be automatically entered to win tickets to see the world boss himself. 25 lucky winners every single week. Visit everybodywinslive.com to get into the game. See website for full terms and conditions. Must be 18 or over to participate.
Attention all foodies, farmers, and fun seekers. The Ministry the biggest agribusiness expo this year. That's right, from April 4th to 6th on the Gladstone Road Farmers Market grounds. It will be packed with exciting exhibits, expert workshops, farm animals for the kids, and even interactive games. Whether you're passionate about agriculture, marine life, or just love great food and family fun, this event is for you. See you there.
I've been up at Pinda and I meet him in the showroom. I said, Pinda, I just come out of a showroom in Portugal, and let me tell you something, them showroom and selection ain't got nothing on yours. Man, I like this stock of porcelain and ceramic tile you got here. What I really like is the range of sizes that come in, 8 by 48, 12 by 24, 24 by 24, and what I really like more than the things I really like is the price. From $275 a square foot to $494 a square foot and all in between. Not even with a 2x4 from Enterprises.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello. This Epic battery. This Miss Beulah from around the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean on this Tuesday morning. All right, so texters are asking, why are we talking about this if the minister says it's going to be optional? I agree. I think people are making too much of this, and but hey, somebody asked about Belinda Wilson. Take a listen to what Belinda Wilson is saying.
The position of the Bahamas Union of Teachers as it relates to the bi-monthly salary payments remain the same, as more than 80% of our members surveyed want their salary payments to remain monthly. Now that Prime Minister Davis and Minister of Labor Clover Rolle state that the payments are optional, we have long opted for monthly salary payments. Finally, after I had a meeting with Prime Minister Davis a few weeks ago, questions were answered. Some of the answers directed us to other ministries, which gave rise to even more questions. I, along with Kimsley Ferguson, president of the BPSU, await our stakeholders meeting, and we want to ensure that all of the critical concerns and the technical issues are resolved. BUT is resolute in our position and our decision that we will like for our salaries to remain as monthly payments. This is Belinda Wilson, President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers.
Okay. Interesting stuff there. So I'm curious, DeQuesta. So what if you are a teacher and you say, well, listen, I kind of want mine to be twice a month. Can you do that, or do you have to, does this matter with the majority? If you're with a union especially, if that's how it is there, you don't have the option. Is it optional on that level?
Well, that's very interesting to consider. I mean, I think it would be. I mean, 80% want it to continue monthly, but they still have that fraction of people who would consider it. And considering that you can have the choice, I would think that those who aren't interested in keeping it monthly would be able to do that because the system would be able to accommodate that. So it's what you want.
It's going to be interesting to see how this works.
Yeah.
Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, Dwight. How are you?
Doing well.
I don't know why all this confusion, Mr. Johnson, is correct. You have systems that could deal with bi-weekly or monthly, I don't know. And then if there's any adjustment, payroll is always in contact with the bank, so no one, the bank will get its funds. Matter of fact, the benefit of this for the employees will be...
If you guys continue to do the bitch...
Hello?
Sorry, yeah. Go on.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, to me, I work bi-weekly, right? And the whole thing, sometimes you have 5 weeks in a month. So that's a plus for the employee, right? Other than that, you get instead of one payment going to your loan, knocking your mortgage down, you'll have two payments. So I don't know if there's a communication barrier, and the president of the union's got to find out that when there's 5 weeks in a month, will they get an extra? You see, in our case, that's what happens. So
I need everyone to pay attention to what the minister is saying. She is definitely not saying biweekly. She keeps it bi-monthly, which means twice a month. That's not every other week. So
but
it'll be
if
like
it's
a first and the
optional,
15th thing.
You have systems that could deal with it. Then.
Yeah. So there'll be no extra anything.
Like everybody trying to pick a fight for what? You know?
People like to fight, it seems.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, note that very clearly. She's saying semi-monthly, twice a month, not every other week, because that's when you will run into the crazy issues. So yeah. We'll take one final call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Caller, are you there? No? Okay, let me read these messages as we go to the break. This person says here, I don't understand the issue that people need to adjust their habits of spending and paying bills. I've worked for companies that paid monthly, weekly, and now bi-monthly. Each time I adjusted how I managed my finances. It's that simple. If they move on to private companies, they will adjust to the payroll system they meet in place. Yeah. Well, that is often true. This text to say, I can't imagine why this segment is running on so long about when these folks are getting paid. I hear you. Let's move on. And it's optional. It will be optional. But you know, people's money, it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. Don't mess with people's money. Got to pay them. This is Morning Blend. We'll move away from this when we get back. I promise. Stay with us.
Pay me for my blood, water, oh, pay me. Pay me for my son and my daughter, pay me. Pay me for my blood, water, oh, pay me. Pay me for my son and my daughter, pay me.
There was this man with a demanding wife. Let me tell you about his miserable life. Mr. Gopher was his name, trying to please his wife, almost drove him insane. Every morning she wake up, go for this and go for that, till sundown, hear a chat, got her up this, got her up that. Oh my, for goodness sake, go for this and go for that. I get so tired, I need a break. Got her up this, got her up that.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Float Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line 422-4796. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan, joined by Duquesa Dean. And yes, we're going to move on. We're going to move on to another issue. But coming up also this morning, we are scheduled to talk with the Disaster Risk Reduction Youth Ambassadors. We're going to talk with them this morning. And later in business, it's SBDC, our monthly series with them, talking about their new Entrepreneurs Speak initiative. That's all ahead on this Tuesday. But right now, back to what's in the news. You just heard it in the news, so hey. But in case you missed it, we'll talk about the Performing Arts School, which has been in the works for quite a while and getting closer to reality. Take a listen to this report from our Vonik Toot.
Creative and Performing Arts School of the Bahamas is set to open this September, offering Bahamian creatives the opportunity to receive training in front of and behind the camera free of charge during a 3-year program. Campus has tapped United Talent Agency, a global firm that represents some of the world's biggest celebrities, as a partner to provide guidance in the development of its curriculum and to bring in internationally renowned experts to assist with training. Project leader Ian Poitier says the government will pay UTA over $300,000 a year.
We've got staffing costs for full-time and guest teachers. The arrangement we have is we pay them on a kind of rolling basis, 12 months for $360,000. The way that breaks down, that's about 9 paid positions in terms of staffing for the school. So if you sort of do a finger in the wind and say, well, we've saved 9 people there, what else are they delivering? And if you look at the production that's coming in, that we're in advanced stages to talk about coming in next year, it pays for itself. That arrangement we can terminate at any time, and we'll be looking to have all our partnerships on that basis. So we have kind of as needed. Hopefully the UTA relationship will last a long time into the future.
The former Fields Food Services will be the home of the tertiary level institution, with the government expected to pump up to $7 million into the building.
So what's all this going to cost? Well, there's no definitive answer as yet. With the space, that's the biggest capital cost, and that refurbishment. The government is looking to spend between $5 to $7 million on it. I don't think that's going to be enough for the kind of ambition for that visuals. So the priority is to get the interior done and to raise sponsorship and donations for the rest of it. But as with everything, you cut your cloth to suit what you've got. If we don't have it, we can't spend it. But if we do have it, then we've got to make sure that we prioritize the right things.
UTA Representative Sam Glynn says a partnership between the talent agency and campus will provide invaluable opportunities for campus students.
We have a selection of talent both in front and behind of the camera, and we're going to work with that talent to help educate the students at campus, whether that be through course leaders or guest speakers, either online or in person. We look forward to bringing the best of costume designers, set designers, lighting designers, writers, directors, and choreographers to the Bahamas to interact with your students and show them what career paths lay ahead. In addition, some of those students will come and do internships with us in LA, in New York, in London, across the Commonwealth, so we can give them a taste of what working in the film and TV industry could actually look like. We also work with so many productions around the world that we're going to encourage them to come to the Bahamas.
Auditions will begin in May, with applicants expected to be age 18 or over. Poitier says they hope to start off with 20 performing arts students and 40 production arts students.
So the first term, the autumn term from September to December, we will just offer performing arts courses. In January, we'll start with production arts. So that's the lights, camera, sound, all those kind of things. They won't all start at the beginning. But this is a way of managing in the student body. We don't want to overheat too quickly and have too many people too soon. You'll see on your screen a list of the potential courses. The ones in bold are the ones we're thinking of starting straight away. tail lights, makeup, location management, very important for the production coming next year, music production, post-production, which is editing, props making, production office management, which is a really important job on a shoot. Radio and podcast writing, we think there's a real underexplored opportunity here in the Bahamas.
Successful students will be entered into a talent registry to be tapped to work in production shot in the Bahamas. Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Vonnie Tude.
Okay, so let's get your reaction to that, folks. And as we said, we're going to talk more about this later in the week, hopefully tomorrow. And but we want to get your initial reaction to this so far. I'm being told just to clarify, 60 performers, 40 production art students are looking for, and more if there's demand in that first year. Okay, so Duquesa, everybody, give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. We've been talking about this for a long time. We've been talking about harnessing the orange economy. We know that we have incredibly talented people in this country.
Yes.
And we have not had a school that is dedicated to their talent. This is a tertiary level school. I know Seattle, I think, was hinting at this earlier, that we perhaps need a focused feeder school, a high school that is focused on the arts, perhaps. My producer said, we have schools that have, but not necessarily a high school for the arts. What do you call it? What, GHS? What are you talking about? C.R. Walker? But just where it's mainly for the arts. They're not mainly for the arts.
I think it's exciting, though. I think it's an exciting opportunity. I think that, there are many people who can benefit from this. There's so many talented actors and screenwriters and all of the creatives. And it's wonderful to see that this opportunity is being created to help with the skill sets and talents. And hopefully people will jump on board. And I agree, there needs to be some type of feeder. Not everyone is going to want a traditional career or a degree. So in like traditional courses. And so this is great that the opportunity now exists for people who are naturally gifted in this area to explore that and to make the best out of it.
Yeah. And, there are a lot of people who are doing on their own. They've got the natural talent, or they are in music schools. They are doing art classes on their own. And so whether there's a feeder or not, that would be great. But whether there isn't, there are a lot of people who could use a tertiary education in this as well. And maybe that is the long-term plan. We'll find out more. But let's get your reaction. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Turn on your radio for us, please. Please turn on your radio.
The question is the government pumping in all this money into this building? Are they purchasing the building, or are they renting it? The minister needs to speak on clarifying that. I don't think we need to be renting any longer. If you're going to get it, purchase it, and then renovate it. Thank you.
I think they've had that for years now, right? Isn't that theirs? They've had that for a while. That's your concern, that part there? Okay. Well, that's very... 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259. This texter says here, what happened to the building on Shirley Street for the performing arts? Is that still being used at all? That's a good question. It doesn't look like much is going on there.
I haven't seen it open for a while. It's been shut up for quite some time.
I
know the yard is being used
for exercising. Yeah,
exercise, but I haven't seen the building in use.
Oh boy. Yeah. So, see, Alan was messaging earlier saying that it has to be, the school will fail unless we have a feeder program. Unless there are feeder programs into it, it takes years to develop some of these skills in the arts. And he says the Ministry of Education is not ready. Oh, boy.
I mean, we have people with talents that who are, some schools offer certain courses in drama, all this different stuff, right, Dwight? People go to college from high school with strong math skills, strong English skills, and so if there's somebody with strong skills in this field, I don't see the difference. I really don't.
Yeah. This texture says here, why are they not starting at the high school level? Our investment in what currently exists, and we need investment in what currently exists to help the country. My concern is a small number of persons who will be accepted each year and in which areas. Well,
And will it be limited to Bahamians only, or is this going to be Caribbean? Like, we have students that come in from the Caribbean now. So is it open to others, or is it just for Bahamians only?
It's a good question. Good question. This person says here, where is the government strategy for the promised orange economy? I think this is part of it. This is part of it. But as the producer keeps saying, there are already in the schools some of the programs that will feed into what we hope to see from campus eventually. Again, the numbers, it's 60, not 20, 60 and 40. Caller, good morning, you're on the air.
Morning, Dwight, how you doing?
Doing well.
And good morning, DeQuessa.
Good morning.
Okay, listen, Dwight. Man, PG, and I come from the ground level. While I'm happy that they're looking into these kind of things, of course we know they ain't never sustain that, right? And one of your texters made an interesting
How do you know that?
observation.
Why do you know that? Why are you saying that?
Because, Dwight, we don't maintain it, we don't keep up nothing. You understand? But one of your texters made an interesting observation. What happened to the arts building on Shirley Street? We just had to bail out the Dundas Civic Center, and we got buildings around this place that that Market Street.
In any event, the Shirley Street Theater wouldn't be suitable for a performing arts school. So it's a good place to perhaps be renovated for a performing arts center, but not necessarily for a school.
Well, Dwight, I can say some crony can get some extra monies or something out of this deal. Just like the last topic that you had just now. Everybody missed with the last topic, There's no benefits for me and you and DeQuessa. If they take our $1,000, we get paid a month and split it into, there is no profit for me and you. The only person that is going to make the profit in something like that are the pay masters.
Well, why would there be? Well, I mean, why would there be a profit for you? That's your salary. You won't be getting more.
Yeah, but
did you expect to get
when
more?
when you go split somebody's salary like that, and then we got to do all kind of alterations only to come up with the same thing. You might as well leave it as it is. The only person that's going to make the money out of this now is the paymaster. He processes government checks and government paydays like cash and go. Who owns that? I ain't gonna say who owns it.
In any
do all
event,
the processing for government. Now he could do it twice.
Would you lose money? Would you lose money?
You
won't
because
lose
now Dwight,
money.
Dwight, instead of sticking to my plan for the month, take all of that, and then I left at that. Now you give me that money extra. I
As
could be all over the place
DeQuesta
with
said,
that.
no, if you have self-discipline and control, you could leave your money there. The first one that you get, leave it right there till the end of the month. Don't touch it.
Well, Dwight, I go in on statistics. How many Bahamians got $1,000 in their bank according to statistics? None. So you all you do, like I say, me, you, and DeQuesta, ain't no benefit in this for us. It got to be the man who processes it. If he make $1 a month to process payments for the government, he's now going to make $2.
I didn't know what you were worried about that for. Anyway, plenty of people will benefit because plenty of people are struggling with once-a-month payments. If they could get something in the middle of the month, they, again, won't be begging you for lunch on the 20th. Let me something till payday. You won't have to hear that so much from some people. But, you keep watching everybody else and not worried about how this will not affect you. This is how we end up in terrible situations.
So I agree with him, though. In some sense, yes, your workers are going to win. But they're not the only ones winning. We just have to be real. They're not the only ones winning.
Okay. All right. And then, if we really feel everything's going to fail because things have failed in the past, I mean, what's the point of doing anything?
Right. Yeah.
We cannot
No, that's-
continue to
yeah.
talk and think like that.
No, we can't.
Ah, man. All right, let's take a final call on this. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight and DeQuesta.
Yes, good morning.
Morning, yeah.
Yes, I think renovating that place, the Dundas Center, is a good thing because, if you remember back in the days, James B. Heyman talents came out of that place right there. And what the gentleman was talking about just now about who's going to benefit, listen, what the government is trying to do is help you with your credit rating because they have to remember now we have a credit score thing that was introduced, I think, last year. Was it last year, Dwight?
A few years now.
Yes, and so people complaining, claim damn if you do, damn if you don't. At the end of the day, if you were living somewhere else in like in one of those first world countries, if you don't have no credit rating, then you can't get no money from nowhere. You can't borrow no money from nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? So I think it's a good thing. Have a nice day.
All right. I appreciate your call. You just led us in two different directions than what we were doing. We're not talking about the Dundas, but talking about the Performing Arts School and credit rating. I mean, that depends on you. It's not anything to do with how often you're paid. It depends what you do with the money. So I don't know. Okay. Some messages as we go to the break. Oh, boy. There is probably nobody more qualified to lead the initiative than Ian Poitier. However, I am concerned that this year, and we're throwing $5 million at it, but have no idea what the full cost is to run it. That says to me there's no well-thought-out plan. Well, I mean, that's what you heard from that little report there. I'm sure there is a plan, and when we have them on, we'll ask them about everything. Yeah, you won't hear everything in a report that runs for a few minutes, I'm sure. This person says, I think it is a great idea. I was able to get a full university education because of God-given talent, having the gift of singing. Okay, excellent. Good for you. This texter says, I love this idea. As a young man in high school, I wished there was a path like this. I wanted to go to art school, but wasn't supported by my parent. The cheapest of schools didn't offer scholarships, and COB didn't offer the options I wanted. I told myself I'd find a way, and when I'd built enough experience and contacts, I'd come back home to create this kind of opportunity to show young people what was available to them and facilitate the development. Life didn't allow that for me, but I'm so happy to hear it is happening. Yes, there will be growing pains, but I am excited to hear this. And as I said, there's no upper age limit, so you still have the opportunity, sir. You still have the opportunity. It sounds like it. This person says, speaking of cashing... Oh, no. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, Lordy. Okay. Well, you need to talk to somebody. Text her. We can't necessarily read that text on the air. It's not... This person says here, this is why this... Oh, my goodness. My thing is, why did you have government workers fill out a survey asking them for their opinion and never reveal the results? It seems you just wanted to forge ahead with this no matter what. It's not about if we personally lose money, and already broke government that overspends is about to pay more for processing of payments. Okay. Now we have a chance. This initiative is very important. This is a lucrative industry that a lot of foreigners are allowed to come on permits and take advantage of. Now we have a chance to allow Bahamians to be part of the film industry in depth. Okay. People will go to payday money lenders on the 2nd of the month, paying very high interest rates and digging deeper holes. Look at the money we'll save, day 2 coming. Planning is a very detailed process. After creating a plan, nobody will make a statement. We don't know what this will cost. Okay. This is a very mean text.
Wow, very mean.
Very mean. I'm inclined to read it, though. Oh, boy, because it's kind of funny. They're saying that the School for the Performing Arts will make for a great job for Michael Pintard after he loses the election, as he is a master actor. Oh, my goodness. My gosh.
Yeah, that was mean.
Wow. Well, let's go to the break on that one. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio. Woo! We'll be back. Stay with us.
Till sundown, hear a chat. Oh my, for goodness sake. Go for this and go for that. I get so tired, I need a break.
Kianna has a new line, the Sky series of porcelain. It comes in 4 colors, Sky Noir, Sky Gris, Sky Glance, and this one, Sky Azure. As the name suggests, you would think it has a strong blue component, but the blue is kind of like just a hint in the overall coloring of the porcelain. The blue feature runs more or less the center of the tile, and that's surrounded by light shades of gray. The Sky Azure, like the others in the series, needs to be seen to be appreciated. Stop by Pender Tile and have a look at Sky Azure, one of the 4 in the Sky series.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Are you ready to indulge in the islands of the Bahamas? Take off to TCI, hop over to Havana, or fly to Florida. No matter the destination, jumpstart your journey with Bahamas Air, the national flight carrier of the Bahamas. Take advantage of our frequent flyer program and exclusive hotel and car deals. Book your flight now at bahamasair.com or visit your local ticket sales office in Nassau or Grand Bahama. Bahamas Air, we don't just fly here, we live here.
Everybody Wins Live is bringing you the ultimate giveaway, a brand new drawing for the ultimate grand prize, a Cybertruck. Drawing live at the Vibes Cartel concert March 29th. You'll also be automatically entered to win tickets to see the world boss himself. 25 lucky winners every single week. Visit everybodywinslive.com to get into the game. See website for full terms and conditions. Must be 18 or over to participate.
From October 2025 to April 2026, you can cruise visa-free from Panama aboard Royal Caribbean's Serenade of the Seas for 7 nights of round-trip sailing with direct flights from Nassau. Don't just cruise. Experience it all with Going Places Travel. Ask us today about our airfare, hotel, transfers, and sightseeing packages. Call us now at 393-6900 or visit us at any of our offices in Nassau, Freeport, Eleuthera, and Exuma to book your dream cruise vacation.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
What if I told you Wendy's has a new burger? With a flavor so secret, it's almost too delicious to handle. Well, now it's time to unlock that flavor. Try the new Sweet and Smoky Barbecue Cheeseburger. We can't tell you everything, but we can tell you that it's packed with flavor. Try the new Sweet and Smoky Barbecue Cheeseburger today. Available for a limited time.
Looking for insurance that fits your lifestyle and your budget? At Star General Insurance, we've got you covered.
Whether it's motor insurance with flexible options for third-party liability and comprehensive coverage, or commercial insurance products that protect your business, we have choices you can afford. Own a home or renting? Our home insurance products have just what you need. And for the adventurers out there, we offer marine insurance too. Visit our website or social media pages for contact information and quotes. Star General, insurance made simple.
Don't shop at Sherwin-Williams then. Don't get the best service in the Bahamas.
Be strong in Sherwin-Williams. We don't just sell paint. We service you with a smile, good hearts, mind, soul, and body. And we love our customers as much as we love ourselves. Yes, real talk. I'm not just saying this to impress myself. We love to go beyond with customer service. So they feel delighted to come in Sherwin-Williams because they know I can either see Dee Dee, or I can see Shelly, or one of our other wonderful staff members. We treat our customers with the respect of our boss because there are many paint companies they could choose to go to. No, baby. If they go to some other paint companies, so I'm going to get this little thing at the end of the week.
We want to make sure you get that little ting, Shelley. Come visit Shelley and Dee Dee at Sherwin-Williams Bahamas, and you'll surely find colour in every day.
And it's time for your final look at weather, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. We've got a surface trough that's going to drift across the northern and northwest Bahamas today and then into the central Bahamas by tomorrow. That trough is going to support widespread showers and isolated thunderstorms over the next couple of days. That trough is going to shift into the southeast Bahamas by late Wednesday or early Thursday and produce showers over that part of the country. High pressure is going to build behind that trough, and that's going to lead to near gale force winds into the weekend. There is a moderate risk of rip currents affecting eastern and Atlantic shorelines of the southeast Bahamas. Beachgoers should exercise caution. Small craft operators should exercise caution in the southeast Bahamas as well. For most of the country today, we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions, about 10 to 40% chance of showers, higher chances for the central and northwest Bahamas. High temperatures today hovering around 84, 85 Fahrenheit, about 29 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 68 Fahrenheit, 20 Celsius. In your extended outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, cloudy across the northern, northwest, and central Bahamas, partly cloudy across the southeastern islands, 30 to 40% chance of showers for most of the country tomorrow. Thursday, partly sunny during the day, mostly fair at night. Friday, partly cloudy during the day, becoming mostly fair at night. And by the weekend, Saturday, partly cloudy across the northern and northwest Bahamas, partly sunny for the central and southeast Bahamas, fair at night. That's Morning Blend Weather Check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Walls looking a little owl? Well, swing by Sherwin-Williams Paints for fresh, bold colors and bargain prices. They've got it all. Sherwin-Williams, let's roll. And your final look at traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Find your lone solution with RBC. In your real-time traffic, we are seeing Milo Butler Highway maintain those heavy northbound traffic from well south of Fire Trail straight up to Tonic Williams Darling Highway. And it's going to pick up for you again as you get closer to the John F. Kennedy Drive six-legged roundabout. John F. Kennedy Drive on that side also looking very busy, eastbound, southbound on New Providence Highway as well. Over on Gladstone Road, things are looking a whole lot better for you as an alternate route. but some slow-moving traffic on the John F. Kennedy Drive side, east and westbound. Blue Hill Road, still busy for you from Carmichael straight up to Independence Drive, and Independence Drive may be your hot spot for the morning. Heavy westbound traffic at this hour. Still busy for you on Eastern Road as well, from just east of Fox Hill to Johnson Road if you're heading westbound. And Robinson Road from Prince Charles, the intersection with Soldier Road all the way up to Marathon. You're going to be seeing bumper-to-bumper traffic westbound. There are pockets along Wolf Road, heavy traffic from about Mackey to just west of East Street. And we've got West Bay Street as you head into downtown, heavy eastbound traffic, east and west of Nassau Street. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend Traffic Alert brought to you by RBC. Start a conversation at rbc.com/loan/all of you.
May the good Lord be with you down every road you roll. And may sunshine and happiness surround you when you're far from home. And may you grow to be proud, dignified and true. As you'd have done to you. Be courageous and be brave. And in my heart you'll always stay. Forever young, forever young, forever young.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with DeQuesta Dean. And this morning we are very happy about this. We get to meet the DRR Youth Ambassadors. That's the Disaster Risk Reduction Youth Ambassadors. And here to tell us all about this, we've got from the DRM Authority, Chauntez Wilson and Sharmani Adderley. And we have the DRR Youth Ambassadors, Kianna, Rolle, all the way from Exuma? Yeah, and Gabryel Saunders. Good morning. Great to have you with us.
Good morning.
All right, so Chauntez, Sharmani, you begin with, and then we'll meet the ambassadors. Tell us about this program that you were on a few months ago to tell us that you're looking for people to be in this, and but remind folks what this is all about.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, DeQuesta, and good morning, Bahamas. Yes, so several months ago, the DRM Authority launched our Disaster Risk Reduction Youth Ambassadors Speech Competition, video speech competition. And we put a call out to 10th graders across the country to submit video speeches on the theme, empowering youth for a more resilient future. And what we really wanted was them to come forward with their ideas and their position, their thoughts on why youth matter in safer, more sustainable Bahamas, specifically when it comes to disaster management, disaster reduction, disaster mitigation, and obviously preparedness. We got submissions from all over the country. As you can see, we have Kianna from Exuma here, we have Gabryel from Nassau here, but we also had entries from Cat Island, we had entries from Grand Bahama as well. So we were really pleased that we got persons from all over the Bahamas because disaster risk management is a whole of country affair. Yeah. So it was really great to see the turnout and the enthusiasm from the youth. And it was not easy to pick our finalists. We got the Ministry of Education, we've got the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture to come in and help us judge. And after whittling it down, putting it out to you guys on social media to vote, Kianna and Gabryel came out victorious with their enthusiastic, excellent video speeches. Wow. So that's how we got here today.
Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations.
Excellent stuff. Congratulations. All right. So, ladies first, Kianna, let's this competition.
Good morning. I entered the competition because this program was a great opportunity for everyone to know about the Bahamas. I believe that, and this program also helped me to contribute to the Bahamas and its island and, of course, its beauty. Helping people understand how to stay prepared for a hurricane is a great way of contributing to the islands and keys.
Yeah, yeah. How old are you? How old are you now?
I am 15 years old.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in grade 10.
And which part of Exuma are you from?
Georgetown.
Okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about your presentation and what's some of the things that you said in it.
Well, I mostly talk about the family island since I am from a family island and the lack of resources since we are a small island in Exuma. It is very hard for us to find resources and also the money to keep everyone safe from hurricanes and other natural hazards that could possibly happen. And because of that, that also encouraged me to also enter the competition to make more people or especially the youth aware of what is going on around the Bahamas.
Yeah, that's a serious thing.
And I want
Chauntez.
to interject here just to say that Kianna is also the youth representative to the island administrator, right?
Oh, wow. Oh, really?
Local government.
Yes, sir.
So it makes her particularly well poised for this because
Oh, boy.
the local government, the island administrators are our first point of contact. They are the disaster managers of their particular island, and they work very closely with Disaster Risk Management Authority to respond in cases of disasters. So
Yeah.
she was particularly well poised.
Okay, that's great stuff. Very, very, very proud of you, Kianna. All right, so Gabryel, you tell us what made you decide to enter this.
Good morning. My name is Gabryel Saunders, and I joined the DRM Authority because I wanted to help young people in the Bahamas to stay safe and informed during disasters. Because the Bahamas faces a lot of floods, hurricanes, and other natural hazards, and I believe that and I also believe that helping young people to understand the disasters at a young age can also bring them to the realization of when they go off to school by themselves or when they graduate and live by themselves, they'll know how to react to disasters and how to stay prepared at all times.
Wow. How old are you? What school do you go to?
I'm 15 years old and I attend the School of Aquinas College.
Okay. All right. So tell us more about your presentation and what specifically you got into there. Yeah. What else did you? What were some of the things you highlighted just that you try to get across to people?
Oh, I talk about the immigration status of people, the gender inequality, about how women sometimes can't always provide for their whole family because they're single. And while I was looking for information, I figured out that 60% of households are run by single mothers only. While I was looking for information, and that industries like tourism may go out of business because of natural disaster hazards as well.
Yeah, some scary stuff there.
Gabryel did a really good job in his speech of highlighting how disasters impact more than just one part of society.
Right.
We need to protect the vulnerable when we are considering our approach to disaster risk management. And he also talked about how disaster ripples out, how it affects our economy, and why it's everybody's business, therefore, to really be involved in how we're mitigating or lessening the impact of these disasters. So, like he said, our tourism sector doesn't go spiraling out or any of our other affected.
Definitely highlight some things I think a lot of people don't think about when it comes to
Right.
disasters.
That's
Wow.
what I was just thinking, and I wanted to find out what made him go down that path versus any other path of looking at the impacts to families or economies.
Yeah. Any particular reason you decide to look in that direction? Because that is not necessarily something people think about.
There was no particular reason. I just thought that since nobody looks at it, I thought it was going to be a nice point of view to look at and to bring up.
Yeah. So I guess, Sharmani, you can tell us about this as well. You're the project lead on this. So as youth ambassadors, what will be their role? And how long will they be in this position?
They will be in this position for the year of 2025, mainly during the hurricane season. They will be allowed to do things like this, radio podcasts. They will be speaking at their different schools. They will be talking to their youth, and they'll also have to do a strategic engagement plan that will allow them to reach out to persons on their social media and to make their families and communities more aware.
Excellent. Excellent. So what has been the response so far from your friends and from your family, Kianna and Gabryel? What have they been saying to you?
They are sure very excited for me to take this opportunity and to go inside this program. they will not stop talking about it. That's all they talk about. And, I think they're really proud of me and for having this opportunity, because this is a pretty big opportunity for any 10th grader to be in, to, speak for the Bahamas, and it's natural beauty and what it goes through.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Gabriel, what about you? What are your friends and family saying?
It's the same thing along with Kianna. They don't stop talking about it, and every time I go to school, everybody will say congratulations, and I'll say thank you. And other times it'll be like, oh look, it's our new youth ambassador. Watch out.
Oh boy.
I can imagine that happens to Gabriel at school, because I want to say that as soon as Aquinas found out that he was selected as ambassador, they were very enthusiastically supportive of him.
I
And
bet.
Aquinas is right next door to the DRM Authority. We're right there on Gladstone. And when we were investing them, the Aquinas band, the whole marching band, came walking down the street.
Oh.
Came walking down the street and played fanfare for him. It was really exciting to see, and they sounded great. Way to go, Aquinas. But yeah, we've gotten really great response from both of the families. They've been enthusiastic, point people for us, and have been really encouraging and supportive of both of the young ambassadors in there. So we want to say a big thank you to the Saunders and the Rolle family for your support of our program and of your kids.
Excellent. All right. So it is hard to believe that it's almost April, which means we're just about 2 months away from the hurricane season for 20. April, what would you say to folks as we get ready for 6 months of this? Of the hurricane season, but we have disasters all year round. So, messages that you want to send out to people out there?
My message is it's never too early to start preparing for a hurricane, because hurricanes are pretty much unpredictable. You never know when they're gonna come. So I think it's the best idea to start preparing from now. Get your hurricane, get your parents involved, even though they might say, oh, they're too tired, they've been working all day. Just nag them as much as they nag you to do that homework. Tell them, nag them to start preparing for the hurricane kit and to start preparing the house, also for the hurricane. And I think that would be a great thing, because it's never too late to start, never too early to start preparing.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well said, Kianna. And what about you, Gabriel, to folks out there?
I would say get prepared, and since April is almost here, you should gather all your materials very quickly, but not gather your materials very quickly, and make sure you have a bag ready to go just in case, because just like as Kianna said, hurricanes are very unpredictable, and one may pop out of nowhere like right now, and then we may not know. So that's why we have to be prepared at all times.
Absolutely. We are seeing them start earlier and continue well into the year, right? Well after the season is over.
Yes, and also during the summer months, they are going to have an internship at the DRM Authority.
Okay.
But they're going to be working closely with us who deal with hazards and disasters and risk management closely for that tenure, to give them more equipment for when they get out there and they're able to say what they have to say and do what they have to do.
Excellent. So Kianna's coming to Nassau, or she's going to do this from Exuma?
She's coming to Nassau.
Okay, good stuff. Good. So, folks listening to this and they say, "Well, I want my kids to be youth ambassadors next year or the year beyond." What do they need to be doing right now?
So first and foremost, you need to be following all of our social platforms. We are DRM_authority on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on X, formerly known as Twitter. And very soon, with the help of our ambassadors, we'll be breaking into TikTok. I'm too old for that, so we need to get these young people to help us out. Yes, so follow us on all of our platforms. We put all of our information out there. Getready.gov.bs is where you can get all of your information about getting ready for hurricanes, and we'll also put any announcements about DRRYA on there. And of course, our main website, drm.gov.bs, is also available. It will have information on the DRRYA when we launch for the next year, which will be towards the end of October this year.
Right.
So we'll start to get applications.
Yeah, so I wanted to know if there's capacity to have more ambassadors, or is it limited to a certain number? Can you have one in each island, or like how many can you have?
I like the way
That's
Duquesa thinks. Yeah. Always been a big thinker, Duquesa. Yes, right now we are doing 2 ambassadors at any given time. We try our take into account diversity, to take into account to make sure that we're representing the youth of the Bahamas via gender, via family island or island residents, and via a number of different things. We're starting off with 2, but it is our hope that this program grows. One day, like in my big vision, one day we will have ambassadors for all the main islands, for the major islands. And so we're growing towards that, Tequessa. And if you are interested in sponsoring the Disaster Risk Reduction Youth Ambassadors, do get in touch with us. Connect at drm.gov.bs. We would definitely welcome that support from the private sector, from private donors, etc. This is a great program for getting the next generation ready to be the stewards of disaster management, and we'd love to have you as part of it.
Yeah. And is there a way for us to see Kianna and Gabryel's videos? Is that possible?
Yes. So you can find them on our Facebook and our Instagram. Okay. They are pinned to the top, our winners' videos, and you should please us and follow us and follow their like their videos.
Yeah. All right, wonderful stuff. Congratulations again, Gabryel, Saunders, Kianna, Rolle. Kianna, we've got to have you back to talk about local government. I need to have you back. Chauntez Wilson and Sharmani Adderley, thank you so much for being here this morning.
It's our pleasure.
Right.
Thank you, guys. Continue to do well.
All right, we're going to break and go to news headlines and be back with Morning Blend Business. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up. It's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Tequessa Dean, and it is time for our monthly series with the Small Business Development Center. And we are very pleased to have back with us Communications and Marketing Team Lead Alexia Johnson and Project Analyst Ariel Pinder. Great to see you again. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
All right, so this morning we're focusing on Entrepreneurs Speak. This is a new initiative?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is a new series.
Tell us all about this, Ariel.
All right, awesome. So about Entrepreneurs Speak, right? So this is a series designed to actually provide like real world insights, right? From successful entrepreneurs, but not just successful entrepreneurs, successful Bahamian entrepreneurs, right? We're making it realistic and we're making it relative to what entrepreneurs go through in the Bahamas, right? So the ultimate goal is to inspire, to educate, to equip business owners with practical strategies and, just different ways on how they can navigate their entrepreneurial journey in the Bahamas.
All right. Wonderful. So how did the idea come about for this? I mean, it sounds pretty good what you're saying, but why did you feel this was important to do?
All right. So think about it like this. When you want to hear about entrepreneurship, when you want to learn about something, right, you go on YouTube and you hear about people from different places in the world, different countries, but you don't hear that Bahamian accent. Yeah. You don't hear that that person from the Bahamas who's lived what you've lived, who's grown up where you've grown up, right? Who has that relatable experience. So that's what we want to offer. We want to offer something different for Bahamians by Bahamians.
Yeah. Are Bahamians willing to share their success stories with others? Have you found people open to that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think a lot of persons are so open and willing to share with the next generation of Bahamian entrepreneurs on how they can make their lives and their experience better. I don't think that it's a case where persons don't necessarily want to share the information, but it's a case where they may not have the platform to share that information. So the SBDC is giving entrepreneurs in the Bahamas that platform so that they can go ahead and inspire.
Are we over it yet? Because back in the day when you told people what you're doing and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can make money from that. I'm gonna do it too." Have we stopped doing that, or does it matter? Imitation, the sincerest form of flattery, right? So if they come for your sector, is that something to fear, or how should you feel about that?
No, I don't think it's something to fear, because when we look at it, we all have something different to offer, right? And even though somebody may try to imitate you, they can never truly be you, because what you have different is that you have your unique experience, right? You have your unique ideas. And regardless if somebody tries to imitate you, they're going to encourage this individuality, right? And we try to encourage that through different ways, self-branding, marketing, advertising. So that's what we try to encourage.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So how are you finding the participants for this? Is there an application that they should put in if they want to participate in the discussion, or are you just reaching out to select people?
It's applications for attendees or speakers?
I guess if you're going to be the entrepreneur speaking.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
I would say,
that?
yeah, I can take that one.
Alexia?
So for this, we've actually looked at very specific entrepreneurs that we have relationships with, but that's only because this is the first within the series, right? So we're actually looking forward to engaging the attendees for the remaining episodes or visits for the series, so that we can have more topics that we know that the entrepreneurs are interested in, and also speakers that they would like to see.
Okay. So you don't have to be an SBDC client to be someone speaking?
No, you do not.
Okay.
But we would like to highlight the SBDC clients just because we think they have so many impactful and inspiring stories.
Yeah, right. So this is a limited thing, or is this going to be foresee it going forward?
So right now we're planning for the remainder of the year, but based on feedback and based on, everything that's been said, we will definitely like to expand this and continue this.
Yeah. All right. So how do you take part in it, as in listen to these entrepreneurs? What do you need to do?
Oh my gosh. So we just want to we want to send this invitation out now, right? Because the first installment is this evening.
Oh, boy.
It is today.
So you need people to come out.
Yeah,
Right.
so we would really love that support. So persons interested, they can show up in person. So you can join us at the University of the Bahamas, the Frank Watson Graduate Center, and we'll be in the RBC Auditorium. So that's upstairs. We're going to have our signage out. So just come out. You'll see our signs. You can just follow the directions. Or if you want to call us, ask us for more specifics, feel free to do so. But we are also live streaming for a virtual audience.
Okay.
So if you can't meet us in person, maybe you're on a different island, you can't physically, we will be live streaming.
All right. No cost.
No
Just
cost,
show up.
completely free. Just show up. We'll have refreshments after. You can network. You can speak to the person who would have shared the valuable information for that session. And you can speak to other like-minded individuals. You can bounce ideas off each other. You can potentially meet a business partner.
Yeah.
You can meet somebody in a different sector who you can, just liaise with. You can expand your network, all right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to encourage. So tonight, 6:00 p.m. We're not going to keep you long. We're going to end at 7, and it promises to be an engaging session.
How many people can you accommodate?
I think the room can accommodate about up to 100.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, hey, just show up.
Join virtually.
Yes.
So who will be the speaker, the first one tonight?
All right. So our speaker tonight is Miss Diasante Small. And she is going to be speaking on building a business that makes a difference. So that's a very important topic, right?
That's a heavy topic.
It is a heavy topic, but it's important. And we know that, building a business that actually makes a difference is what will set you apart, right? Because at the end of the day, we always encourage, okay, you want to start a business, you need to have a problem. You need to be able to solve a problem, have a solution for that problem. So how exactly does your business make a difference in the community? So that's what we're going to be discussing. And for those who don't know, she is actually the founder of Oasis Bistro. So if you're familiar, they would have recently moved out east. The other day I tried to get reservations, booked out on a Thursday.
They're booked
on
solid.
a Thursday. Oh my gosh. So I know, listen, we have real world Bahamians full and willing to share their stories. So please, we're encouraging persons to come out. If you are just thinking about starting a business, you don't have to already be an entrepreneur. You can be in the ideation phase. You can say, you know what, I'm not too sure about it, but let me check it out, right? It's not for persons who are already established. We want to start to build that idea. Right? Because we're here from the beginning. The SPDC can help individuals who are just in the startup phase all the way to fruition.
Right.
Right? So anybody can come, anybody can join. There's age, gender, industry, or sector. It's an open invite, completely free.
Do you have, how often will you be doing this? Once a month?
So currently it's slated for once a quarter.
Once a quarter, okay. All right. So do you have any idea who the next speaker will be? Do you know yet?
Well, yeah, that's going to be based on the feedback. We're definitely going to have some surveys out. We're going to, ask persons, who do you want to hear from?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not just about us planning something and say, hey, this is what's happening. We want to get that real-time feedback because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that the persons who we are speaking to, the persons who are our target, are getting the information that they need and are truly benefiting from what we are trying to do.
Excellent, excellent. And again, if you're joining virtually, how do you do that? Do you find that where?
So they can find it on our Facebook page, SBDC Bahamas, but they can also join on our YouTube page, which is also SBDC Bahamas. So they can subscribe to those pages or follow the pages now in preparation for the live stream this evening at 6.
Okay, excellent. And for tonight, I know you said you can talk to the person who's going to be speaking, but is it interactive? Like when they're up there speaking, can you ask questions or do you have to wait till the end?
Well, I think we're going to have a Q&A session after they speak. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interactive. We want time, right? And we want to get that live feedback. So it is going to be interactive.
Excellent.
And it's important for this to be interactive as well because it's one of our, well, actually two of our core tenets that we want to encourage mentorship, but also training. And this is a way for us to combine that. So we're training on this very particular topic, branding, which is important for every single phase through entrepreneurship, but also the mentorship. So having somebody who's willing to provide that guidance and answer any questions to help you along the path.
Wonderful stuff. So again, 6 o'clock tonight.
Yes.
Got to come out tonight and remind folks where exactly is going to be at UB.
In the Frank Watson Graduate Center upstairs in the RBC Auditorium. All we ask is that you kindly RSVP just so we can make sure that we can account for you. Like I said, we have refreshments. We want to make sure we have enough.
All right, so how do you RSVP?
You can RSVP by going on our social media. So we have posted the QR codes, the form, as well as links to the RSVP form. And if you just want to reach out to us, you can reach out to our WhatsApp number. Go ahead and send you that form as well.
Yep, or they can give us a call at the office, so 461-7232. Or if they visit our website, sbdcbahamas.com, there'll be a pop-up within the first 5 to 10 seconds they're on the page, and they'll be able to just click the link there, and it'll take them straight to the registration.
Okay, all right. So tonight, folks, come out for Entrepreneurs Speak from SBDC. All right, let's take a break, and we'll come back to talk about what else we have going on at SBDC. Again, we've got Alexia Johnson and Ariel Pinder. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers, for window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
With RBC,
your ideas become plans.
Your plans become memories.
This is retirement.
And your dreams become your life.
whether it's planning that family vacation, owning your dream home, or retiring comfortably, your ideas are everything. And RBC is here to help make them happen. With RBC, your ideas happen here.
Spain sounds like this. But with a little Caribbean, it can sound like this. The world needs more Caribbean. And with FedEx, you can ship your products to every corner with increased cargo capabilities, 24/7 shipment tracking, and shipping tools. Take your business worldwide and enjoy life a bit more like us.
And we are back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9, our monthly series with SBDC, and we're talking with Alexia Johnson and Ariel Pinder. All right, so we'll get back to Entrepreneurs Speak before we wrap up and remind people about tonight. But you always have a lot going on with SBDC. We've been talking about this off air. So much to get to. But remind folks about Tingsy, what that's all about, and some important dates that are coming up.
Sure. So Tingsy, again, is the SBDC's e-commerce marketplace. So we're very excited to be able to highlight Bahamian brands and Bahamian products, not only locally, but also internationally. So we're looking forward to our launch. I'm doing an imaginary drum roll right now. April 11th.
Okay.
That is a big deal. We're very excited. We're onboarding vendors still.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to be able to highlight some of the different brands that, like, Bahamians are going to be excited to see what we have up there.
Mm-hmm. How's that process been, onboarding the vendors? What's it been like?
So it's an ongoing process, and we've had a lot of persons interested in onboarding, and we've already started to begin to create some of the sites. We have a vendor, Cocoa Reefs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Bahamian handcrafted jewelry, accessories, and that's what Tingsy is all about, showcasing Bahamian art and talent. So we're very excited to have all of our clients fully onboarded. We're working towards that, and we're currently having discussions, right? Because a part of that is letting persons understand the benefit of e-commerce, right? Because it's still a fairly new concept. So we've just been educating and enlightening interested persons on how they can be a part of this amazing initiative.
Mm-hmm. We talked about this a few months ago, but for those who might have missed it, let people know why this is important. For folks who might not have a store, I guess this is going to be a great way to get their products out to the world.
Exactly. Building your own website, if you've ever attempted, and if you haven't, let me tell you, it can be heavy lifting. It's difficult work. So the SBDC makes that a little simpler for you by doing all of that heavy lifting for you, and all that you need to do is provide the products that you want to sell. But also, I think that we have a team that can better explain that. So we're actually going to be having an in-person info session this Thursday.
Yeah.
So there's an opportunity for you to ask more in-depth questions. You can then look at your analytics, how you're selling. You'll also be able to see what the application process is like to be on the website. So it'll be at the SBDC headquarters this Thursday evening.
Okay. Oh, that's another thing happening this week. Thursday. What time on Thursday?
So that would be at, I think it's 6 or 6:30.
Yeah.
It's on our social media page, though. So if you go on SBDC Bahamas on Facebook for sure, you'll see it there.
All right. And Duquesne, before you get to it, so the way that it was described the last time you all were talking about it, it was like this is an Amazon basically for Bahamian products. Is that a good way to put it?
I would say more so like an Etsy.
Okay.
So
all right.
you're looking for, let's say, shoes, and you can type in shoes, and you can see all of the different vendors that are offering shoes. So you're able to see multiple brands at the same time, which is advantageous for somebody who's a shopper because you can find exactly what you're looking for.
Right.
But also for somebody who's a vendor, even if somebody's not on your specific website, you're still getting that traction and that viewership because it's available through the homepage.
Yeah. Duquesa?
Yeah, and the inspiration behind calling it Tingsy.
So the inspiration is, if you break it up, it's Tings Sea. So it is a sea of Bahamian tangs for you to shop from. That's where the inspiration came from. And also it goes back to, the type of people we are. We Tingsy, we like stuff. Like, let me go online, let me find what I'm looking for. I got tangs.
Yeah.
You like the name, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's really catchy. So, yeah, you remember it for sure, Tingsy.
Yeah.
All right. So you said April 11th,
Yes.
right? So what can we expect on that day and after that day?
So on that day, you can expect that you're able to go online and make some purchases. If you see something that you like or something that you think a friend or family member may like, you can go online, you can make that purchase, you can engage with the vendors, get more information about their products. But later on, we'll be having something a little bit more hands-on and exciting. Something in person to celebrate the official launch of the Tingsy platform.
Yeah. And from what you're seeing so far, the vendors, I mean, how extreme are some of these getting? Are we seeing like food items on it too, or what are we looking at?
We have had persons interested from a lot of different sectors. So yeah, we have had food. So we have people in F&B. We have people in agriculture who want to sell their raw products. Like, we have had persons from various industries and sectors interested in being on the platform. So this is definitely going to be a diverse and multifaceted platform where you can find basically anything that you would need, right? That's where we want to get to.
What are you talking about when you say raw products? Like what?
Like, they're growing things on their farm and they want to mass produce it. They want to bulk it and they want to sell that. They want to be able to provide that to persons on different islands or, on their same island,
So we know everyone's been talking about eggs recently. I mean, if I sell, would I be able to? If I have eggs, can I sell them there? Or if I want to buy eggs, can I buy them there? Is that likely to happen?
So we are reviewing applications on a case-by-case basis. So what we can do is have a conversation about that to see how feasible that is to be on the platform.
I know you're talking about the website and Tingsy and having all these things available for purchase. But when you think about Amazon, one of the draws and the convenience, the things are delivered to your door for us, our freight forwarders. Is that a factor that you're considering, having that sit down order to delivery to door type service?
So at this point, the means of delivery or how you would get the item as the customer is dependent on the vendor. So let's say, for example, we have a vendor in Andros, but they want to get their products to different islands. They're going to operate a bit differently from a vendor in New Providence, right? So it's on a case-by-case basis, and depending on the vendor and where they're located and actually getting the item may look a bit different. But of course, we know we have the typical means of delivery. So if you're on the same island, then if the vendor offers delivery, then that's a plus, or they can offer in-store pickup, or they can offer shipping. So that can be via the mailboat or via plane. So it really just depends.
Yeah. So I know I'm not too familiar with Etsy. I know about it, but I'm not too familiar. But I know eBay. Some vendors are ranked a lot higher in terms of the customer's satisfaction. Is that going to be something that you can see here? Like, oh, this vendor's got a really high rating. Is that how this works?
Yeah, so you can definitely see customer reviews, and that's something that's going to be integrated into the platform.
Okay.
So you can see, like, if somebody purchased something from a vendor, they can rate them, they can give them the stars, and they can say, okay, I had a very pleasant experience with this vendor. Because we understand how important customer satisfaction is, especially in this day and age, right? You know, nobody wants to get scammed. Nobody wants to get a bad product, and everybody values customer service. So we want to make sure that we have that available for vendors and shoppers so they can both benefit from that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have a follow-up question to that, and that's like, you know, when you have a place like Etsy or Amazon, and there's like a customer complaint, you go to Amazon, you're not satisfied or whatever, you contact and they work it out. Is that a service that you're offering where those complaints are managed by the website holder itself versus having to go to individual vendors to get stuff resolved?
Will you all be responsible if they do scam me?
So, number one, we always want to protect the customer, right? So before vendors are even onboarded, there are certain policies and procedures that they must have in place. So we're going to need to know everything from your return policy to your refund policy, everything like that. You're going to have to specify that in detail because we want to understand what your business operations are, right? So once we have all of those policies and those policies seem fair and adequate, then you'll be able to be onboarded. But on that same note, we do encourage that clients or purchasers, shoppers, directly communicate with the vendor to resolve any issues. Now, in a case where, let's say, the issue can't be resolved, like a very high level, then maybe we will be able to step in. But because we have already taken all of these things into consideration beforehand, we hope that there aren't any major issues that we would essentially have to involve ourselves in and mitigate.
Yeah. All right, so if I'm a vendor and I mainly do business around Christmas, is that fine? I can be like seasonal?
That's completely fine.
Only November, December, January. That's cool?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just 1 month in the summer? Yeah, that's fine too?
I mean, I don't know if you'll just be on the platform for 1 month. So we want to encourage longevity, right? Because you can't really see results after 1 month. You know, you can't really gauge anything from that.
That's a really hot item.
I
don't know what that would be, but yeah.
But regardless, you know, we do encourage persons, we want to encourage persons to be on the platform for a longer period of time so that they can actually start to see the benefits and the success and progress that they can make being a vendor on the platform.
Yeah, and you're trying to have a global reach, as you say, right? So
Exactly.
it may be somewhere else, and or vice versa, right? So it's always someplace. So look at it from that perspective, I guess.
From that perspective, and then also you have the freedom to be able to change your inventory and add in new products as you're ready to.
Yeah.
So maybe this may be your popular season, but it also draws out of you that creativity that we love on the platform to find products that may be useful or interesting to clients internationally and locally throughout the year.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we haven't said the website. Remind folks what the Tingsy website
So
is.
the Tingsy website is TINGCSEA Bahamas.com. So TingsyBahamas.com.
Okay. And April 11th. That's almost here.
April 11th.
Very excited.
Yeah.
So you say you're still accepting applications?
Sorry,
go ahead.
And that will be continuous, right? I mean, because people will come in all the time. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So and then is there like an investment that each vendor should look to pay on a monthly or annual basis for participating or having that type of global viewership or direction?
Yeah, so there is a setup fee, and then we are going to have monthly fees. And we're actually going to get into all of this in our info session that we're hosting this week. So we're going to speak about payments, how often, frequency, and all of that. So any questions that any viewers or potential clients would have, we will be happy to address them in our info session.
And you have to be there in person for that one, or it can do it virtually as well.
So we had a virtual info session. I think that we may be having another one in the future. So if somebody is interested in a virtual info session, please send us an email at helpdesk@spdcbahamas.com and virtual info session, just to make sure that everybody has the information that they need if they're interested in shopping or being a vendor on the platform.
Okay.
But I'd also say that if you want more information about the platform, If you have some questions and you're like, I need these answers right now, Alexia, you can go on the Tingsy Bahamas website and we answer a lot of questions that we know we've been getting so far.
All right. And that session again, Thursday at 6:30? Is it 6:30?
I think so. If you come back to me in 5 minutes, I'll have a definite answer for you.
Definitely Thursday.
Definitely
so put that in your mind.
Thursday
that
evening.
Thursday you need to be at SBDC.
At our headquarters
At
on
the
Gladstone
headquarters.
Road.
Okay. All right. So that's going on, and that's very exciting. And we were talking about this off here as well.
6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock. Okay. All right, folks. So Thursday at 6 p.m., Gladstone Road. Fly fishing. You have a fly fishing initiative. This is the first time I heard about this one. And it's already booked, oversubscribed?
So that's land right now. The application for the training recently closed. I think it closed over the weekend.
Okay.
And oh my gosh, we had an amazing turnout. So right now we're in the process of getting persons registered for our business blueprint training, right? And that's our 10-module training, and that's what every client who's interested in becoming a part of the SBDC organization would go through when it comes to our initiatives, right? And yesterday, we crunched the numbers and we had 229 interested persons across the islands of the Bahamas sign up for this business blueprint training. Now, when we hear like 229, we think, okay, that's a good number. This is just fly fishing.
Wow.
Right?
These are people who are fly fishermen, fisher people, or
in the industry.
They are in the industry.
Right. Well, some of them operate directly and then some indirectly.
Okay.
Right. And not really astonishing. I'm not really surprised. But the majority of the applicants came from the island of Andros.
Yeah, well, okay.
Right? And then, of course, we had Grand Bahama follow and New Providence as well.
Yeah.
Right? But the interest in this program alone, just from what we have seen so far with just the blueprint registration, we can already see that this program seems to be promising.
All right, so what is the overall objective of the program?
So, similar to all of our programs, we want to help this niche demographic, right? Because how often do you hear about fly fishing?
Not as often as we should, I guess.
Exactly, right? And that's a very important part about who we are as Bahamians.
Yeah.
Because it directly comes from our waters, right? And that's a big part of who we are. So we want to make sure that entrepreneurs in this industry, we want to make sure that the fly fishermen of the Bahamas have the opportunity to grow and expand their business. So of course, they're going to get the training, they're going to get the mentorship, they're going to get the opportunities to network, and of course, they're going to have the opportunity to access funding needed to purchase things that were going to be essential for their business's growth, right? So if they need equipment, if they need a boat engine, if they need inventory, we can assist them with that, right? So that's the ultimate goal, so that we can target these specific entrepreneurs in this industry that is often overlooked, right? And we want to make sure that they get all of the resources necessary so that they can be successful.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I'd also say further to Ariel's point, I think it's also helping Bahamians to take ownership of something local. There's been great economic impact for the fly fishing industry, not only through the creation of jobs, but also when we look at the contribution financially, millions and millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
And recently we've been seeing an increase in foreign interest in the industry, which is great. It's nice to see people admiring our waters and what's going on. But we want Bahamians to really take ownership of that. And this initiative is really driving that forward.
Well, amazing. All right, so what's going to be happening for the people in the program?
Yep. So first they have the 5-week
Training
business
course.
blueprint training course, like Ariel said. There will also be a mentorship program through our partnership with the Bahamas Fly Fishing Industry Association.
Okay.
There will also be a grant opportunity. But this is a little different from our other grant opportunities. There's going to be a 2-tier offering. So the first would be at the foundational level, and that would be up to $5,000. And Ariel can jump in if I say anything wrong. I don't want to give you all the wrong information.
Okay.
So up to $5,000. And that will be covering the cost of the guides program through BAMSI. So that's in New Providence and in Andros. And also some of that funding can go towards the lodging and also the travel for entrepreneurs that are on the family islands that need to come to New Providence to do that training for that certification, right? Then we have the advanced level. Now, this is where, the 5,000 is very serious, but the 40,000 is very, very serious.
40,000.
And that is our applicants for the advanced grant would be eligible for up to $40,000 in funding.
Okay.
So this would be for individuals who have already obtained that certification, but they're looking to get new equipment, supplies, marketing for their business. And this is not only for the guides, but also for those who own fly fishing lodges as well.
Okay. Wow. So I'm curious, 229, are they all men? Or are you seeing women as well? Or what did that look like?
Well, it's majority male,
Mhm.
but we do have some females
Okay.
in the mix as well. And they're actually representing strong. I can't remember the number out of my head.
Yeah.
But we do have a very good percentage of females who are interested in the program.
Yeah. And I'm curious about the ages. What are we looking at there?
I don't have my dashboard in front of me.
But they're not all older people. There's a wide cross section.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we have under the age of 30, I think as low as 25, I think we
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Persons who are interested in the program.
Excellent. This is good stuff. So this was quick. You say it opened and closed relatively quickly.
So I would say the application was open for about 2 to 3 weeks, but we hadn't been here to be able to give you all of
Right.
the great information about the program. But we had been promoting it. It's been on our social media, also on our website. But it's just very exciting, just seeing how many applicants we were able to get. Also, the questions that we had received, the interest. Even seeing on social media some comments where people are like, this is so exciting, as somebody who's in the industry or industry adjacent, and seeing that impact, they're like, okay, we've seen all of the things that's happening through the SPDC for agriculture in the past, but now seeing this focus placed on fly fishing is just phenomenal. So I'm excited to see how this program
Yeah.
plays out.
Wow. So how often are you going to do this one?
I think, well, I'm not sure. I can't confirm as yet. I think we'll see by the end of this year's initiative how frequently we'll offer it in the future.
Yeah. This is very, very, very exciting. So hopefully we'll get to meet some of these folks at some point.
Absolutely. So we'll
That'd
bring
be
them down
wonderful.
with us.
Yeah. That sounds good. All right. Any other stuff you can tell us about upcoming programs? Maybe some stuff that starts before we meet again next month. What can you tell us?
Well, I know we're in the planning phase.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they don't know which part to say yet. You can see the
we programs.
We have a lot of things.
And we receive
in
so
the
many
pipeline.
questions like, hey, when are we going to see the...
Like, when are we doing this?
When are we doing this again? So I
Don't
would
get
say
yourselves in trouble then.
we
Okay.
will not get
No,
ourselves
no.
in trouble. But
There's always something.
I will say, keep an eye on our social media. I know by
Mm-hmm.
the time we come to visit you again, Dwight, we will be launching a program that is always in high demand.
Okay.
So I hope that the listeners have been listening to the show for a while because they may know which program we're meaning. So keep an eye out for that one, and we'll be back with some more information there.
Okay. All right. And remind folks of the social media.
Absolutely. So we are on, and we always tell this joke that we're everywhere. So
Including
we're on
TikTok.
Exactly. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. We have a website, and all of those are SBDC Bahamas. So that's where you can find us. If you need more information, you can give our office a call. Our team is always willing to help. They're the best. I ask them so many questions. You can give them a call at 461-SBDC. So 461-7232.
Okay. Wonderful. And again, Thursday.
Yes, 6 to 7 at the SBDC headquarters on Gladstone Road.
And that's for information about
Tingsy.
Tingsy
Yes.
Bahamas. And then tonight.
Tonight, entrepreneurs speak. Yeah, so we're going to be at the University of the Bahamas tonight at 6 o'clock at the Franklin Wilson Graduate Center upstairs in the RBC Auditorium.
You all are very busy, but thank you for spending some time with us this morning.
Yes,
Thank you for having us.
Wonderful stuff. Ariel Pinder, Alexia Johnson with the Small Business Development Center. Thank you. See you in a few weeks.
Alrighty, see you soon.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back with our final few minutes of Morning 96.9.
Hello, this Epic battery. This Miss Beulah from around the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord, it's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't on. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC.
We ship also to the Family Island.
Nassau Tile is celebrating 95 years in business by giving you wide catch the sale on all tiles, thin set, grout, mosaics, and more. Save up to 30% off select wall tiles and 30% off ceramic and select mosaic and backsplash tiles. Our experts will guide you in selecting the right tiles. Visit Nassau Tile on Doswell Street or call 322-2100 to make your dream space a reality. Don't miss the marvelous March anniversary sale from March 24th to 29th. Follow Nassau Tile on Facebook and Instagram for more details.
Hola, República Dominicana. Send 3 money transfers using GK Money Services Western Union, and you'll be automatically entered to win a trip for 2 to Punta Cana. Prize includes airfare, transportation, and 3 nights at an all-inclusive resort. Follow us on social at GKMSBAH for more info. Hola, República Dominicana. Send today with Grace Canadian Money Services and Western Union. Promotion ends March 31, 2025.
You work hard for your money, so let your money work hard for you. With as little as $1,000 to start, you can watch your money grow by investing in CFAL's Bahamian dollar and US dollar mutual funds, each tailored to match your unique investment profile. Our expert advisors are dedicated to crafting personalized investment strategies to help you achieve your financial goals. Don't miss out on the chance to earn higher returns on your hard-earned money. Join the thousands of investors who trust CFAL and start your journey toward financial freedom today. Visit us at cfal.com to learn more about our saving and investment options. And let us help you build wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app Bahamas.
It is time for your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL. The Central Bank of the Bahamas' Commercial Bank Fees Cost Analysis Report for March 2025, revealing that Fidelity Bank maintained the lowest banking fees in 3 main categories: late credit card payments, late mortgage payments, and late car loan payments, with Bank of the Bahamas matching the lowest penalty fee for late credit card payments. According to the report, on the upper end, RBC, Scotiabank, and CIBC all assessed the same higher charge for late credit card payments, with RBC and RBC Finco assessed as being the costliest for late mortgage payments. According to the report, RBC averages $44 on late fees for credit card payments and 5% of the principal and interest for arrears after 10 days, while Fidelity charges $33 and $22 respectively. That report, which was compiled in December 2024, also states that on the upper end of cost, Scotiabank was simulated as the most costly option for adult checking and savings accounts using digital channels, as well as for profiled students and adults accessing savings and checking facilities primarily through physical channels. You can read more about this in today's Guardian Business section. Opposition Shadow Minister for Finance Kwesi Thompson warning that the government's medium-term debt strategy, which seeks to reduce central government debt to 50% of GDP by fiscal year 31, is a smokescreen. Thompson, in a release to the media, said that the recently released medium-term debt strategy is yet another, quote, glaring example of a government that cannot keep its story straight. He said the government boldly declares that the Bahamian economy is booming, outpacing even the assessments of international agencies, yet in their very own document paints a starkly different picture of a sluggish, stalling economy forecasted to grow at a measly 1% over the next few years. More on his comments in today's Guardian Business section. And the Bahamas Industrial Tribunal has ruled that Princess Keys Limited, a private cruise port in Eleuthera operated by Carnival Corporation, should pay a dismissed former employee $24,266 for wrongful dismissal based off weak evidence related to an investigation into employee misconduct on stolen copper. Details on that in today's Guardian Business section. Overseas, European sales of Tesla electric vehicles tumbled 49% in the first 2 months of the year compared with a year earlier, even as overall sales of EVs grew. That's according to the European Automobile Manufacturers Association. There have been complaints about an aging lineup of vehicles from Tesla and also significant backlash against CEO Elon Musk and his affiliation with the Trump administration in the U.S. In Europe, Musk's endorsement of Germany's far-right Alternative for Germany party in last month's national election also drew broad condemnation. Tesla faces increasing competition from major automakers as they ramp up EV production, including China's BYD. On Tuesday, BYD Today reported a record 777.1 billion won, or $107 billion in revenue for 2024. Its electric and hybrid vehicles jumped 40%. Earlier this month, BYD announced an ultra-fast EV charging system that it says is nearly as quick as a fill-up at a gas pump. And Wall Street is holding steadier today after roaring the day before on hopes that U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs may not be as sweeping as earlier feared. The S&P 500 was 0.1% higher in early trading after jumping 1.8% on Monday. The Dow Jones Industrial was up 58 points, or 0.1%, as of 9:35 a.m., and the Nasdaq Composite was 0.1% higher. U.S. stocks have recovered a chunk of their losses since falling 10% below their all-time high earlier this month for their first correction since 2023. That drop has left them looking less expensive than before, which had also been a major criticism following their euphoric rise in earlier years. But strategists along Wall Street warn that more sharp swings are likely on the way, with an April 2nd deadline looming. Closer to home in your market watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Monday. Your market movers: Bahamas Waste 80,000 shares, closing down $1.09 to $9.88. Commonwealth Bank moving 2,500, up 2 cents to $5. Full call moving 230, unchanged at 610. Consolidated Water down 57 cents, closing at 4.75. Emira Incorporated up 5 cents, closing at $10.05. The BISX All Share Index closing at 3,025.26. Down 1.59. That's your market watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And to Quesadine, as we go, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect now from the Department of Meteorology until 10:55 a.m. That's for western Grand Bahama, as the department says their satellite imagery showing a line of heavy showers and embedded thunderstorms moving eastwards across western Grand Bahama. Showers and thunderstorms associated with that prefrontal trough we've been telling you about all morning. That's interacting with a mid to upper level disturbance moving across the northern Bahamas. So possible heavy showers, thunderstorms, and even tornado activity and hail possible during this time. Again, that's in effect till 10:55 this morning. As we told you, we're looking at a very cloudy, overcast day over most of the country today as that system moves in. Up to a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms today. So be safe out there, folks. Yeah,
be safe out there.
Thank you for double duty, Duquesne. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We'll talk again soon. Morning Business here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Everybody have a great day. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.
Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.